Okay. Even I'm gonna do that on Monday. 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 I'm gonna do that on Monday. This in Oh no, are you on Discord? I don't think you're on my Discord. But no. Hi everyone. Nonetheless, let me do my introduction first. Hi everyone. I'm Team 15, and today we are going to just do a rant stream. I mean, I could have done the movie game, but I'm like no, because not everyone's gonna be available to do it. And we all agreed Monday, so that's when we're gonna do it. Monday. Okay. So I had this idea while I was in between rants. I would play this game right here. The one that we actually did last time but didn't get to finish. So, I'm gonna do this one. Um, it's just a visual novel about being a Canadian World War II soldier. You know, looking through the eyes of one, experiencing life through one, making choices in the visual novel that are either good or bad. Okay, so anyway, to answer the question in the chat, Crash Bandicoot, I think I've already mentioned Crash Bandicoot last stream. The first game I don't care about. I just don't care about it. The second game, I 100% it, never again, because that shit was so fucking annoying to do. Seriously, do not 100% Crash 2. You will. It's just a pain in the ass to do. Don't do it. I finally did it on my cousin's PlayStation. You know, Stephanie. You guys know Stephanie, my younger cousin. I did it on her PlayStation because she already had the game, but she already had the game in the console. So I'm like, I did it. So, and I'm not doing it again. I took a snapshot. I don't even think somewhere in my gallery, something like that, I think. Why is this? I don't want. Okay. I know I took a picture of it somewhere. Nope, 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 nope. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, can you guys see that? I'm trying to push it really close to the camera. Fuck, you guys probably can't see that. But yeah. Okay, no, you guys can see it now. See, look. Load game, 100%. That's me. And that's my middle name. You guys didn't see that. Anyway, so I did it on my on that PlayStation. Never again. Anyway, now Crash 3 was the shit. I would have played the shit out of that game when I was a kid at every chance I got. The game was so much fun. I loved it. My cousin, like no, not my cousins, my siblings, you know, my brother and sister, we every time we played the game, we would ever. I remember that we would always argue over who would play the seventh level. You know, hang 'em high, that Arabian level, because that level was just so much fun. We just loved that level, along with a lot of the other levels. In Crash 3. Crash 3 was just really fun. Not very challenging because you can pretty much get most of the stuff in the game without really trying, even the gold relics. Platinum is really the only difficulty in the game. Now, there are a few gold relics that are tough, but most of them, nah. YouTube poops, honestly, I don't really care to watch them. I just don't. I've only watched a few, and most of them I've seen, I just found it annoying and not funny. Except this one. And you guys have probably already seen it. It's called. Oh, we should actually play it. We should actually play it. We should actually play it right now. I'm gonna go back to this game later. There's one YouTube poop that I like a lot. Um, hmm. We'll play some shitty EXE fan games later, Sparky. I promise. I don't know about DBZ or Rayman or Kingdom Hearts, so Shadow the Hedgehog, if you're talking about him, I've already mentioned, I think I already mentioned the last stream that I liked Shadow the Hedgehog as a game, even though it was clearly flawed in some aspects. Hold on, guys. Something in my ear. My ear itches. Let me see if I can find it. I'd probably have to make this window bigger because I was trying to condense it so that you guys could see the visual novel better. Let's see. No, that's not it. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. Oh, right. It's all right here at your fingertips. Making fun of this really old 90s video where um it was this old 90s video that taught people how to use the internet, and it was so lame and cringeworthy. I actually watched the whole thing. It's about 30 minutes, but somebody made a YouTube poop of it. So why don't we watch it? I hope the volume isn't too much. Okay, oops. Newgrounds. Speaking of Newgrounds, I actually haven't been on that website in a long ass time. Wait, what if let me maximize the window and maximize this. Oop, not what I meant to do. Fuck. Maybe you guys can see it better that way. Alright, well, whatever. Let's go and watch it. Let me mute it first so that you guys can see. Um, yeah. I'm sure you guys can see it. Okay. Wait, let me pause that at the beginning so you guys saw what it was. Look at what's posted on the bottom. Adjusted VCR tracking for the clearest picture. Just the ass cleaning, please. Okay. Oop, let's go ahead and play it.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, cybersex, interactive app site, a window to the web type, searching for reality. Get online, take a spin on the internet.
Hey there, this is my brother Peter, mom and dad, and I'm Shasha. Today we're gonna be to the basics of the internet.
It'll be cool.
Now here's a little background. I got the whole family installed on our computer. It was a lot of work, but it was really worth it.
Now that I've gotten on the internet, I'd rather be on my computer than doing a homework assignment.
Which makes me happy, as I would sure like them to go to hell someday. Makes me happy.
Having the internet in our home has had a great impact in our lives. Rich keeps up with the stock market and our stock market and our stock market and our grade market and our stock market. And I haven't been able to get rich off ever since.
Oh.
So let's get underway.
Yeah.
Take the lead on the internet.
His voice cracked.
Yeah. Come on in. Dad's just leaving, and Mom said we can have the computer all to ourselves.
Hey, Andrew, what's up?
You make sure Dasha and Peter show you how they've done some of their school reports and not all that cyber stuff, okay?
See you later, kids.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Peter, remember how Dad said we should start with the school reports first?
That's true.
Okay, guys.
Hey guys.
The first thing that you need to know is that the internet is amazing, and it sounds complicated. Internet? What's that?
What's a web page?
And then there's email.
Email? I heard that's really neat. Email? What's that?
I'm not really sure what that is, so you better get an adult to help you with it.
Yahoo? I've heard of that. So it's a search engine, right? Can we look at it?
No, let's start at the beginning. To get online, we need to type in our parents' address and credit card information.
It connects you to the net through a high-speed line. Does your computer have a modem? I think so. Yeah, because I remember when Dad installed ours,
He
he
just
took all
cut
of
her
our
off.
computer data. And then there was something about fragments or something?
That's right. Dad had to defragment the disk, too.
She just cussed
It should be pretty easy
and
for
cut
you.
that girl off.
Fragments or something? And it only takes a few minutes until you're online. And we can do it ourselves? Yeah.
Well, to get started, you'll need to get started. You do that through an internet spider.
The fuck?
And then there was something about fragments or something? Ha ha, very funny.
Microsoft Internet Explorer came with our computer.
Or you can download the other crappy browser, Netscape Navigator.
I used the World Wide Web to search the archives of the Smithsonian Museum a few weeks ago. I also had to pee. Want to write a letter to President Clinton? Our friends Lisa and Andrew
She's like,
came
no.
over today. Andrew, Pete is.
Is this like sending email?
It is sending
I'm
email.
not really sure what email is.
But how do we even look up the White House?
You type www.com.
Okay.
Okay, his head just popped. That's weird.
Want to search for Clinton.
Can we look at it?
Sure, we just
What the
click on it,
fuck?
and the next thing you know,
What the fuck?
free screensavers.
So that's how you get connected to the internet.
Yeah.
And the search engines will show us all the millions of pages of websites and chat lines and web chats and game sites and everything.
It's all right here at your fingertips. And then there's email.
That's good to see R-O-double-L.
They got more stuff than you can imagine.
Take a shit.
This is one your dad will love. It's sportnote.com.
Wow, look at all the.
What the fuck?
I can work real easily.
It can be so hard.
Yeah.
Now that's amazing.
Their curiosity for learning has skyrocketed.
Is this like sex?
It is sex.
That's right. First, Mom had to get under Dad. Dad had to open the hole and get her the dick. And then he came on her tips.
Cool.
So that's how you get connected to the internet.
Yep.
Don't they have chess games?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
All the kids enjoy the tips.
Yeah. You can even talk with people all over the world on chat lines. Look, I'll show you.
Take Latinos on the internet.
What the fuck?
Now we can take this Ferrari and paste it right into Windows Right.
Right into Windows Right.
Now, how much do you think Microsoft Windows is right? Don't answer.
So where else can we go?
There it is. Egypt.
Amazing. It looks just like it does in our history books. Only it seems more real. Like we're there.
Okay, go. Stop! No! Don't be looking
How
at
do kids
that.
do as cyber teachers?
We looked up school stuff.
I can't go another day without the internet.
Don't tell about the gay stuff.
It's not just for boys.
Andrew, we can play interactive games on the net together.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going surfing on the
Let's start with some important facts on bonds.
But where did you get that?
It's all right here at your fingertips. Look, I'll show you.
But honey, did you know you could die on the internet?
Ooh.
Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway. It's all right here at your fingertips. I'm so done. Okay, anyway. Yeah, that was an interesting experience. Okay, anyway. Before I continue with something else, I'm gonna spend some time ranting because it's a ranting after all. But somebody mentioned YouTube poop, so I wanted to show you guys one. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this was an interesting experience, as I said. Okay. Anything else I can think of? Somebody said something in the chat. Well, other than the other person who told me that I should play Project Zero sometime in the future. I don't think I saw something. What is this? There's something here. What game? I can't find the game you suggested in the chat. Where is it? I can't. You're gonna have to type it for me, Sparky, because I don't see it. Okay. How many people are? 5. Okay. Oh, Ouija's Revenge. Okay. Okay, well, before I get started, does anybody have any questions for me that I need um that something that you want me to rant about? Before I continue, keep that in mind, Sparky. Remind me. Let's talk. Has anybody here heard about Ace Attorney? You know, like that games franchise by Capcom? Because I want to actually talk a bit about Ace Attorney. I was thinking about this earlier. I came up with some things to talk about on the Rantstream. Because there are some things I like and hate about Ace Attorney. So, Ace Attorney. The game is. You never played Ace Attorney? Bitch! Where have you been? No, I'm playing, but yeah, Ace Attorney is actually pretty. It's actually pretty funny and pretty. It's a pretty cool game where you play as this defense lawyer, or well, actually you play as multiple defense lawyers depending on the game. Um, and you're just defending your client through these crazy trials, and your opponent's a prosecutor who's usually an asshole, a smug asshole, and the judge is usually an incompetent moron. Um, well, not exactly incompetent, but just way too easily confused. Like, he's an idiot, essentially. So, yeah, Ace Attorney is a pretty cool series. Although, to be my least favorite Ace Attorney, like, okay, there are several, right? There's Ace Attorney 1, Ace Attorney 2, Justice for All, Ace Attorney 3, Trials and Tribulations, Apollo Justice, which is Ace Attorney 4, Ace Attorney 5, Dual Destinies, and Ace Attorney 6, Spirit of Justice, which is the newest one. And they also made a few side games that involve Ace Attorney elements, like there was this one series they made that was never released outside of Japan. I can't remember what it was called. It's just this guy who's essentially Phoenix Wright's ancestor, and he lives in 19th century Japan, and he becomes a lawyer. Um, who travels to Britain. I can't remember what that series is called. But I was going to mention Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright. I hadn't gone to that part yet. But yeah, there's that series, and there are 2 games. Capcom didn't localize it, which I hate because they didn't know how to. Because they use some excuse like, oh, we don't know how to localize a game that takes place in Japan or has Japanese soul. So I'm like, bitch! Like has Japanese elements. I'm like, bitch, it's not. It shouldn't be that hard to localize because there are some people who are working on the first game in that series. There are only 2. Um. So yeah. And then of course there's Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I never played any of the Professor Layton games, which are puzzle games and mystery novels, but they made a crossover with Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright, which isn't canon to Ace Attorney or Professor Layton. But it's still a nice little crossover. It's still a nice little crossover. And I actually liked it in a way. There were some parts I didn't like about it. But there are some parts where I did like about it. Um, and yeah, okay, and yeah, Miles Edgeworth and okay, well, let me finish talking about Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. The story itself was actually pretty interesting. It was a really good story. There was just some parts about it that weren't really all that good. I'm not going to spoil anything, but let's just say that the ending it wasn't as good as it should have been because there are some big problems with the ending, big problems. But overall, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright was a pretty good experience. It starts off as a traditional Ace Attorney game, and then you get whisked into an adventure in an unknown land. That's all I'm going to say about the matter. But yeah, but I've never played any Professor Layton games. Now, Miles Edgeworth Investigations, I like that series actually. I like but they only Capcom only localized Investigations 1. They made the second Investigations game, but they didn't localize it to the US. But fortunately, there's already a fan translation of it, and it's complete, so we're good. So they didn't localize that one either, but there's already fans have already translated it, and it's a pretty good translation. So yeah. And honestly, in the investigation series, I really like the investigation series. I mean, I don't think it's good in its own way. But I think I prefer the main series a little bit more than prefer the main series a little more to the investigation series. Um, let's see. But yeah, I did like the investigation series nonetheless. One and two were great. I liked two better than one. I like Investigations two better than one. Investigations one, it was nice. It was really nice, but I like the story of Investigations two more, especially the ending. I don't know how to explain it, but I just like the story of Investigations two more than Investigations one. How the hell are you supposed to write an essay about that? That's such a vague topic. This looks like a reaction channel. Fuck, I didn't want it to be. Yeah, like Nintendo with Mother 3. From what I've heard, Nintendo didn't localize Mother 1 or Mother 3, but they did Mother 2, which I don't understand. But whatever. I'm sure I don't know what their reasons were, so I can't say, but how are you going to localize one game but not the other two? It just Yeah, Trials and Tribulations is the first game where you actually play as somebody else other than Phoenix Wright. You play as Mia Fey, who was Phoenix's mentor. She's dead now. I won't say why because I don't want to spoil anything, but she was at one point Phoenix's mentor. And you do play as her in two cases, which I thought was a pretty interesting idea. And she plays against Edgeworth when he was younger too. So I'm like, oh, cool. So let me talk about the Ace Attorney series. The first game was the first game was the first game was nice. Not my favorite, but nice. The second game, it had some ups and it had some good parts and bad parts to it. Um, but the cases overall weren't as good as the other Ace Attorney games. Trials and Tribulations was really good. It really was good. It was better than the first two. Trials and Tribulations was just really a really amazing game. I don't like the villain at the end. I thought his motivation was kind of stupid, but other than that, Trials and Tribulations was a great game. Case 3 was pretty stupid though. I'm sorry. Case 3 was just really fucking stupid. But yeah. I've already played Sonic 2006. I'm not going back to that shit again. I am not. N-O spells no. I actually have oh, that's the first stream you watched? Nice. I'm doing the Irish and German. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard, right? So you just need to. How are you gonna write? How do you write an essay about that topic? speaking of history class, I actually managed to get an A in my history class, and that was a fast track class. I'm like, what the fuck? How'd I do that? Because I didn't do very well in the midterm, and there were only two main tests, I think. I'm just like, how'd I do that? But I did it. I'm ranting about Ace Attorney. Not ranting, but talking about my experiences with Ace Attorney. Anyway, Rantstream 5 and other shit. Let me do that shit, but without the word shit. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. Another crap. Let me do another crap. Another crap. Another crap. Another crap. Okay, there we go. All right. So anyway, yeah, that's true. Like I remember learning in my history class that the Irish people did suffer a potato famine. Like there was this nasty ass fungus going around and killing the crops that they had. And from what I've read, from what I learned in history class, they still could have actually eaten. They still could have not starved to death, but I think the British was in control of them at the time, and the British didn't let them have the food that they needed. I can't remember the complete details, but essentially whoever ruled them didn't let them eat the food as much as they should have, so they were forced to either relocate or eat the diseased food and die. The Irish potato famine. Yep, pretty much. So back to Ace Attorney. Apollo Justice, that was actually the first Ace Attorney game I've ever watched a playthrough of, and that was actually what got me into the series because it was just so wacky. I loved it. It was so over the top and ridiculous. There's just so much shit that wouldn't fly in a normal courtroom. Like there's this German girl named Franziska von Karma who goes around whipping people she doesn't like. And there's also this prosecutor named Godo who throws his coffee at Phoenix Wright occasionally. I'm just like, this shit would not fly in the courtroom. But yeah, if I were to, so yeah, Apollo Justice, and I think Apollo Justice is better than Justice for All. I really don't like Justice for All that much. It's okay, but it could have been better. Apollo Justice is a bit better. I mean, of course, Apollo Justice still has some stupid parts to it. Like case number 3, which has logic all over the fucking place. Case number 3 of Apollo Justice was just really fucking stupid. Um, let's see. Dual Destinies. Dual Destinies was nice. Could have been better in my opinion, but nice. But it was nice nonetheless. And Spirit of Justice is actually my favorite one. Out of all the Ace Attorney games, Spirit of Justice, no, I'd say Spirit of Justice is my second favorite. Trials and Tribulations is my first favorite, and then Spirit of Justice is my second. And then my third favorite would probably be the Investigations games, and then the third and fourth, like third would be Investigations 2, fourth would be Investigations, fifth would be the first game, and then that's it. And of course, yeah, I think that's it, right? And there, Apollo Justice and Justice for All fall underneath that because I really don't care much. Those are the games that I don't really visit the most. Speaking of the Mega Man series, I don't really play that. I don't. It's never interested me. I know it's so blunt. I just really don't have anything to say on the Mega Man series. Now there was something else. Oh right, what is the best and worst game I've played? I think I've already answered this, and in a previous stream, but I can't remember what I said. Shoot. The worst game is ew. Deca boy, get off my chat. No, I'm playing. But no, seriously, I don't want to touch that game. Anyway, the worst game I've ever played is probably. Oh, there are some good contenders out there. Several good contenders. I would say, Scott, you are so shady. I would say, ooh, I can't think of it because I've played some. Okay, I actually have an unpopular opinion that I'm going to share, but I want to talk about what the best game is I've ever played and the worst game. The best game, I don't think I have a best game or a worst game. I can list several good games and several bad games, but I don't think I have the best and the worst games. I can't think of them. I'm sorry. It's just hard for me to decide. Yeah, it's an unpopular opinion for a reason. You're right. And I actually have one of my own. I don't like Sonic 2. I think it sucks. I said it. I said it and it's staying out there. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I just do not like Sonic 2. I don't. Because you guys saw how hard I rage quitted at it the last time I played it. I'm not going to say that it's completely horrible, but I'm not playing that shit ever again. Okay, anything else? You remember that rage quit? I know, I was so ready. I was so ready. And I actually did make it to that Wind Fortress level without using cheats once. And I ended up dying there too. At the boss, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Now, the level wouldn't have been as bad if you didn't have to wait through 7 minutes of bullshit just to get to the boss. And God forbid, God help you if you fuck up on the way over there. And honestly, at that point, you don't even have very many lives or continues. So if you're playing the Wind Fortress level, you better hope that you don't fuck up. Sonic Labyrinth. What is that shit? Why are you even mentioning it? That game isn't even a game. Get that shit away from me. I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, now I'm playing. But Sonic Labyrinth is one of the most irrelevant Sonic games to me ever. That series is just bye. The Eraser Jin can go fuck himself. Anyway, Sonic and the Secret Rings. No, do not call it Sonic and the Secret Rings. Call it Sonic and the Shitty Rings. Sonic and the Shitty Rings. Rated N for no one. Oh, you guys forgot to mention Sonic Genesis. That's not a game. It's not a game. I'm sorry. You can't call that a game. I've never played it, but I've seen it, and I'm just like, you can't call that a game. You can't. You can't call that a game. You can't call Sonic Genesis a game. It's just a botched port of the original. Like, just ew, no. Oh, speaking of which, Deku Boy, I actually wanted to tell you this yesterday. Not yesterday, I'm sorry. Last time we were rant streaming. I've actually been learning some German. And ooh, let me see if I can go find my notebook. Hold on. Okay, so here are all the things I wrote down. Guten Morgen, which means good morning. Guten Tag, which means good afternoon. And I'm sorry if my pronunciation is a bit off. I hadn't studied. I haven't. I just started learning, so please forgive me for that. Guten Abend, which means good evening, and Gute Nacht. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which means good night. Because I'm learning this, I'm trying to pronounce it like there's this German girl online who gives these lessons on YouTube, and I'm trying to mimic her pronunciation. So yeah, Schlaf schon, which means sleep well. Hallo, which means hello, duh, or hi, or na. Auf Wiedersehen, which means goodbye, formal. Or if you wanted to say goodbye in a non-formal way, you would say tschüss or tschüssi or tschü. And if you wanted to say see you later, you would say bis später. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bis später. I love saying that. Bis später, which means see you later. Of course, you could say ich heiße, like me, ich heiße Chimiller 15. Mein Name ist, my name is. Ich heiße means I am called. Like in Spanish, you would say me llamo. It's the same thing here. And if you want to say, who are you? Formal. Wer sind Sie? Who are you? Or informal. Wer bist du? And if you want to say, what is your name? Formally, you would say, Wie ist Name? I'm trying to pronounce it like a German, but my pronunciation's not perfect. I'm trying though. Um, but yeah, I think that's all I've learned so far. Oh, and one more thing. To say I come from the USA, you would say Ich komme aus den USA. I think that's how it is. I think I did that. I think that's because that's what I learned. I think that's how you would say I come from the USA. Although I also learned from this German girl that you probably don't even need to learn any of these because in Germany, you just go up to somebody, you shake their hand, say your name, and then that's it, or something like that. It's not like in the U.S. where you just go through this. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, my sloppy German. I'm trying though. Um, you have a black friend who has learned some Germany. I mean, some Germ. Wait, did you say some Germany instead of some German? So, and of course, I'm learning Japanese too. Like I know how many I know up to 35 hiragana characters. Like I can do a I U E O kaki kukeko sa shi su se so pa no not pa not the piece yeah I can't do that ma mi mu me mo nani nu ne no ta chi su te to and what else? There are more. It's ha he fu he ho. That's also one I learned. And there are more. But yeah, I can do hiragana, some hiragana. And hiragana isn't really all that hard to learn. But don't try to learn too many characters at once. It's possible to learn all of it within a few days, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would just take one set at a time and quiz yourself on it, and then incorporate it into the other set so that you don't forget any of it, and that your new information doesn't interfere with your old information. I noticed you, and I'm not a senpai. I'm the senpai, bitch. Get it right. Oh, and in German, like if like like in German, if you were to say like in English, if you were to say to somebody like rudely, like, and who are you? Like in German, like I think you could say, "Wer bist du?" Like, who the fuck are you? Or like, "Wer bist du?" Like, who are you? Or and who are you? Something like that. I just find it funny to say that. Like if somebody was acting rude to you and shady, I'm like, "Wer bist du?" Like, and who are you, bitch? You don't know me. Okay. Anyway. But that's enough about languages. Nine. Bitch, that's not how you spell it! Bitch! The worst game I've ever played. You know what? Actually, there is a contender. Angel of Darkness. Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness is the worst game I have ever played. Just play the game yourself. There's just so much wrong with it. It's like Sonic 2006, but worse. But see, the thing is, you know what the weird thing is? Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness had some actual effort put into the game. Sonic 2006 didn't, relatively speaking anyway. So, even though Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness is worse than Sonic 2006, I'm actually more sympathetic towards the creators of that game because they tried, but for a number of stupid reasons, that game just did not live up to its full potential. I mean, some things were the creators' fault, but some things weren't, and it's just a mess. It's just messy. Let's see how many Hiragana characters I know now. Un verbes du. Yeah, exactly. Even Scott. Now, Scott's of German descent, so he would know that word too. I'm like, it's nine, not nine, bitch. But of course, I know you didn't mean nine. You're saying two nines or three nines. So I have a question for you, Decaboy, and I'm sorry if this is already obvious or not, but just like, do you fully know German or some of it, or like, are you bilingual or just like, or I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm not sure. You might have mentioned this before. I don't remember. Just two nines, which is insanely obscure. Bitch, no. You know what? I'm actually you're 60% of your genes are German. You know, I'm 100, I'm 25% Japanese and 10% Hindu. Oh, and 1% French. No, I'm playing. And I think I'm 0.0000001% Aborigine something. I'm not talking about Hitler. Oh my fucking god. Hail Hitler! Don't actually. Don't hail him. He was a horrible, horrible, horrible man. Speaking of Germans, why don't we like there was this game I had. You guys know it. I played it last stream, but this time I am going to and I'll play your game Sparky after this game. Um I'm going to go ahead and finish because we're going to actually finish the game this time. And we're going to let you guys decide the choices to make. Where you play a World War II Canadian soldier. Okay, so I decided to name GD. Name the friend after GD. So this one, Chi-Man, and then Ruler 15. I don't know the Rari-Rurero or the Yai-Yu-Eo or the Gagi-Ugego but I do know the other ones that you listed. I know most of those that you listed, but there are two sets in there that I don't know. A-I-U-E-O. A-I-U-E-O. I can draw that right now. Like in Japanese, you guys have seen, I can draw that. I even know the stroke order, which is important because if you don't get the stroke order right, your characters will look like shit. They will. And native Japanese speakers will know. They will know that you did not write in the correct stroke order. Stroke order is very important. I mean, you could still get the same result, but it just won't look as good if you don't follow the right stroke order. Okay, anyway. That's so cool. I want to speak two languages. Why I can't speak two languages? My mother never taught me my language. I'm so mad. I mean, she did when I was like really, really young, but then stopped. And then we try, and then she sent us to like a weekly Igbo school or something where we would learn the language. But I honestly barely remember anything. I mean, I know how to count to 100 and some basic words and how to pronounce most of the alphabet, but that's it. Like, I know some basic words, like miri means water. I already told you guys this before, but I'm saying it again. Efere means plates. Aka means hand. Imi means nose. Inti means ear, and all sorts of stuff. But that's all I know of my language. I'm not bilingual, sad face. And there are some other things I know, but that's it. I know some Spanish. I know some Spanish, but it's not to conversational level. Although I know how Spanish grammar works. I've studied Spanish grammar for years, but I still need but that's not enough because you can speak grammatically and still sound unnatural or not native. So I just have to learn how to speak Spanish now. The grammar, I'm done with the grammar. I just need to learn how to speak Spanish now. Hi, Jesse. Do you know Portuguese? No. The only thing in Portuguese I know how to say is eu falo português, which means I speak Portuguese. That's the only thing I know. And the only other thing I know about Portuguese is that the verb conjugations are very similar to Spanish, which is obvious because they're both in the same language family. Like they're really closely related. So, but yeah. Do you know how to speak autistic English? Bitch! No, I'm playing. Yeah, I can I know how to pronounce it. That's probably like there are some pronunciations I can really do well, or at least not botch. But there are some pronunciations I'm terrible with. But this isn't one of them. Like, eu falo português? I just love saying that. And I know some French too, but only how to introduce myself. And somebody at work was trying to teach me a little French. He knows French. And I'm like, I don't know French. I only know how to introduce myself in French. Like I could say, Bonjour, je m'appelle Shimaru 15. J'habite aux États-Unis. Comment ça va? I botched pronunciation there a bit. But basically I was saying, hello, my name is Shimaru 15. I live in the United States. How are you doing? Just do it. Play the. Okay, calm down. Damn, I'm sorry. I got distracted. Okay. Yeah, there's no T or two. It's Chi and Su. You're right, GD. Okay. Oh, so that's the difference. Because I was wondering why there's Su and Su in Japanese. But yeah, the Su isn't pronounced. It's just an S. But Su is is pronounced. Yeah, that's correct. Let's call the city. Oh, what should I name the city in this game, guys? Let me name it. Oh, I know. Butaland. Bitchland. No, I'm kidding. No, that's a really lame name. I'm sorry. I can't think of a city. Montreal. Yeah, let's name a Canadian city. That is a city, right? Fuck, I can't remember. Radical City. Radical Highway. No, I'm playing. Westopolis. Yes, let's do Westopolis. Perfect. Westopolis. Let's do Westopolis. Okay, so this is my first name. This is my first name, my last name. GD's my friend who'll. You don't want to know what happens to the friend later in the story. You'll find out. But we'll name it after GD, and Westopolis is the city. So let's begin.
You awake on a cold November morning after 5 hours of sleep to face yet another day of misery on the Western Front. You rub your eyes, stretch, and then put on your boots. A quick glance around your cramped dugouts tells you that most of your companions have already wakened and are in the process of shaving and brushing your teeth. "Good morning," shouts one of your colleagues. "Morning," you reply, stifling a yawn. "What's the weather like outside?" "Oh, cold, cloudy, muddy, desolate, the usual."
Oh, shit. Sorry, I forgot to scroll down. Let me make the window a little bigger. Okay.
Just then, a tall, thin-looking man sticks his head inside your dugout. You'll recognize him as Lieutenant Jarvis, your platoon commander. "All right, you two. Get outside for stand two." Stand two. The daily routine of standing in the trenches, half an hour before dawn, waiting for a German attack. Of course, the Germans knew you were waiting for them, and so they never attacked this early in the morning. Still, it was a ritual which you and your companions had observed every day since you'd arrived in northern France 6 months ago.
Okay. I typed something in the chat. Tan Man, what's up? What's up? What's up?
6 months. Seems like it was just yesterday when you'd signed up at the recruiting office. You had decided to join the army because most of your
Oh
friends had.
shit, hold on.
Besides, at $1.10 a day, the pay was good. And, more importantly, the chance of traveling overseas was an opportunity not to be missed.
Oh my god, Deku, you are so shady. 110, quite a lot. But yeah, back then you didn't really have much opportunity to make money. You were living in trenches in World War II. Okay, anyway.
But life in the trenches was not how you imagined it would be. Instead of marching gloriously into Germany, as the guy in the recruiting office had promised you, you found yourself stuck in the same muddy ditch since you arrived in France. There were no dashing cavalry charges, no cheers from grateful citizens, and no prizes to be won. Only the endless tedium of trench life with its mud-filled landscape, unburied bodies, and lice-ridden uniforms.
I would never want to be a soldier. That's horrible.
Still, all this was mild compared to the nerve-wracking artillery fire. It pounded down on your position, often for days at a time. Trying to sleep in such conditions was nearly impossible. A man could go insane for lack of sleep. Mercifully, exhaustion from the daily grind of carrying duckboards to provide solid footing over the mud, laying barbed wire in no man's land, and standing sentry duty, anxiously awaiting the German attack, overwhelmed even the most nervous man and lulled him into a profound, deep.
Oh, you're right. This is World War One. I'm sorry. It's not World War Two. You're right, Deku boy.
In the 6 months since you arrived, so much had changed. Many of your buddies had been killed in action. You yourself had barely received a scratch, except for the time you cut your hand laying barbed wire. Embarrassing, perhaps, but not life-threatening.
Oh, look, he skipped some dialogue here, which makes sense because you put in your friend's name in that part. So let's read it. GDASEW, on the other hand, had been wounded 3 times. GD, are you okay? He complained. Shipped to England for treatment after each wound. Damn, GD. Damn. He'd always returned, convinced that he would live through the war and return to his wife and two children back in Canada. And he got busy! I'm like, poor GD. I did not know that, Jesse. Wow.
These thoughts occupy your mind as you wrap each leg with your threadbare puttees. Donning your tunic, you strap on your webbing, flip your helmet on your head, and step outside the dugout. You stand atop the far steps of the trench with your rifle firmly clutched in your hands, all the while keeping your head well below the parapet. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Jarvis appears behind you, muttering his usual words of encouragement before heading off to inspect other members of his platoon.
You guys can hear the game, right? Because I tried to mess with the audio before this point.
With dawn now breaking over a chilly, crisp day, the order is given to stand down, as it is clear the Germans are not going to attack. The order is received with a combination of relief and enthusiasm, for now everyone can concentrate on the most important aspect of the day: breakfast.
Breakfast. Oh, cool. You hear it, Jesse. Thank you. Yeah, GD, you were in World War One. How was it? Oh, and thank you for your service. Thank you, Scott.
Sitting beside a small fire, you unwrap half a dozen hard biscuits, and open
Ew.
a can of Tickler's Plum and Apple Jam, which tastes nothing like plum and apple at all. The
Ew.
fresh cup of tea, along with the morning's rum ration, are also welcome warmth on such a bleak morning. The men around you gossip about news from home. Some of them offer their views on the war and its duration, while others content themselves reading a 2-month-old paper.
2-month-old paper from Westopolis. I seriously thought that the game was serious about that name, but I was like, no, wait. No, no, I put that. I was like, I forgot I put that name in there.
Soon after, the order is given to stand for inspection. You stand in line with the other men of your platoon and are given a quick look over by the platoon commander and a few other officers. After this, your platoon sergeant, a large, red-faced, mustachioed man by the name of Wilkes, addresses you in a loud, authoritative voice. All right, lads. Another beautiful day in sunny France and lots of work to be done. The men groan at the inevitable chores they know await them. I'll need half of you on work detail while the other half does sentry duty. I'll also need a couple of men to go to the rear trenches and bring forward some communication wire. Are there any volunteers?
Okay, so work detail is apparently a specific task assigned to an individual or group, usually entailing physical labor. And of course, there's communication wire, which is type of wire used for establishing telephone connections between posts. And you already know what trenches are. They're just these deep and narrow ass pathways to the ground. And platoons. A unit of soldiers normally consisting of 50 men. Okay, so here is our first choice. We can either volunteer to fetch communication wire or join the work party. I'm not going to tell you which one to do, but I will warn you guys when a potentially bad choice is coming. But this, it really doesn't matter which one you do. It really doesn't matter. So you guys choose whatever one you want. Someone said don't volunteer. Anybody else wanted to say anything? So I got two people saying join the work party. Okay, so now I have a split vote. One more vote will decide. Because somebody just changed his vote. Work, 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 work. You see me doing da 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 da. You saw me put in work. I, damn. You saw me put in work. I, damn. You saw me put in work. No, I'm kidding. I just needed to make a matchup. Sorry. Work. So we got people saying work, 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 work. Okay, we'll work. You follow the other men of your platoon. Oh, right. The person isn't reading after this point. I'm reading. They don't. The narrator only reads at the beginning and at the end. In the middle, where you make all the choices, they don't read. You follow the other men of your platoon to the forward observation post, where a large number of spades and shovels have been piled on top of hundreds of large empty bags. All right, you men, bellows Sergeant Wilkes. You know what to do. Fill the sacks with sand, then pile them up along the trench wall. Luckily for you, the sergeant picks a dozen men, including yourself, to stand sentry while the others begin the arduous tasks of filling sandbags. It is back-breaking work, and you are grateful to wait the following hour before having to pick up a shovel. Cool. The work goes on for nearly 15 minutes while you stand along the fire steps, scouting no man's land for any sign of the enemy. Cautiously peering over the parapet, you notice a tin of tobacco, half buried in the mud and just beyond arm's reach. So this is in no man's land, right? Hold on, before we do that, let me show you guys what no man's land is. Oh, I already showed it, didn't I? Okay, the narrow, muddy, treeless stretch of land, characterized by numerous shell holes that separated German and Allied trenches during the First World War. Being in no man's land was considered very dangerous since it offered little or no protection for soldiers. Okay, it's pretty obvious as to what you shouldn't do at this point, but I'm gonna let you guys decide. There's a potentially bad choice coming up. I'll let you guys decide. Somebody already decided. So, do we reach over and grab the tin, or do we leave it where it is? Leave that fucker behind. Exactly. Leave, 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 leave. Okay. Alright, we'll leave. And that's actually the smart choice. You are tempted to reach over and grab the tin while no one is looking. However, you also remember what happened to other soldiers who had tried to grab souvenirs from no man's land. A bullet in the head from a German sniper is what they usually got instead. And that's correct, because if you had actually chosen the other option, if you're wondering what happens, you reach over towards the tin, you're about to grab it, and then somebody shoots you in the head. A German sniper. So yeah. So that's a smart choice, and most people wouldn't make that mistake. I don't think I didn't make that mistake the first time I played this game in high school. So, but there are still some choices in this game that can be hard to decide what to do. Like sometimes it seems logical, but isn't. It's hard to explain. Let's just keep going. No sooner do you dismiss the idea, you hear the distinctive sound of an enemy shell flying overhead. The shell lands somewhere off to your right and explodes in the basket. Shut up, game! In seconds, more shells begin to land in front and in back of you, causing the air to shudder and quake. Ooh, sorry. You then realize you are in an artillery bombardment with no place to take cover. Already, all the men in your platoon have dropped their shells and head back to their dugouts. You decide to do the same. Within seconds, you are safely inside with the bombardment raging overhead. You sit for hours inside the dugout, waiting for the shelling to stop. In the meantime, some of the men in the dugout are playing cards, while others merely sit and stare at the ceiling. One man, however, sits in the corner, swaying back and forth with his hands covering his ears. Um, here, shut up. So about that man shaking back and forth, that he most likely has a condition, or probably not, I don't know. But back then, post-traumatic stress disorder, back then it was actually called shell shock, because soldiers would get traumatized by seeing so much violence and gore and of course the loud sounds. That they would actually get post-traumatic stress disorder from that, which was back then known as shell shock. And you did not want to have, that's just really horrible. You did not want to have shell shock. Absolutely horrible. Okay. From another corner, you see a large black rat, roughly the size of a cat, peer from behind a small stove. It sniffs hungrily at the air and seems to fix its gaze on the small moldy piece of bread not far away. Okay, so this choice doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything to the story. It really doesn't matter. Other than that one moment where it does, it really doesn't throughout the rest of the story. So which one do you guys want to do? Do you want me to warn everyone about the rat or just throw an object to scare it away? So somebody says, "Tell, bitch! Throw an object!" You gotta throw that shit. So I got to split votes. Throw that fucking object. Damn, Jesse. Damn. Okay. Throw something at it. All right. Throw something at it. You reach for your helmet, remove it from your head, and then throw that thing at the rat, which scurries away with an indignant squeak. What is it? Or shoot it. You reach for your helmet, remove it from your head, and then throw it at the rat, which scurries away with an indignant squeak. What is it? SGD ASEW. A rat! A big one, too, you reply. That's the 10th one this week. That's half of what we had last week. Things are definitely getting better. Damn, GD. There were a lot of rats back then in that French? Ugh. Oh, and if you're wondering what happens if you warn everyone about the rat, some soldier just comes in, slices that thing with his bayonet, and then takes it outside. That's it. It really doesn't matter. Either way the rat is out of your hair. These were the most feared rats in World War One. In the meantime, how about a game of cards, you ask? GDASCW pulls out a deck from his tunic pocket and begins to deal the frayed cards between the two of you while the terrible bombardment rages outside. The bombs keep raining over the entire sector for hours. There is nothing for any of you to do except wait for it to end and pray that none of the shells land on your dugout. Suddenly, the shelling stops. All the men in the dugout look at each other intensely. But before anyone can say anything, the familiar face of Lieutenant Jarvis peers through the entrance. All right, grab your rifles and stand to. Let's move, he orders. Everyone in the dugout scurries for helmets and rifles and flies out into the trench. The bombardment may be over, but it may now be just a matter of minutes before the Germans launch an attack against your position. You named the rat Carson, GD? Ew. You take your place atop the fire steps amidst the rush of hundreds of men taking aim with their rifles and guns. You peer out over no man's land and see only a devastated field full of pockmarked craters and twisted trees. The wait is excruciating and all is silent. Then out of nowhere, you notice a large green cloud hovering over no man's land, slowly drifting towards you. It is poison gas! Yeah, that's poison gas. At that moment, the order is given for everyone to put on their gas masks. You fumble for your gas pouch and pull out a jumble of rubber and glass. To your horror, however, you realize that the lenses of your mask are cracked, which will make it virtually impossible for you to see. Ooh, so what do we do? Do we put on the mask or throw it away? What do you guys think? And there's an obviously bad choice here. I'm not going to say what it is because you all know better. It's common sense. You know what to do. So we got to put it on, 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 put it on. Discard it. Let's put it on. Despite the cracked lenses, you decide to wear the mask and go temporarily blind rather than risk being poisoned. The effects of the deadly mixture of chlorine and phosgene are well known to you. The burning of the eyes, the swelling of the throat, and the inevitable congestion of the lungs, leading to eventual death. And if you wonder what happens if you don't put the mask on, the soldier tries to hold his breath, but he can't. And then he ends up taking one last really haunting breath. He's like, and then dies. And some of you who were on the stream last time know about that. But yeah. But yeah, obviously, put the mask on. You don't want to die. Within seconds, the greenish cloud surrounds you and pours into the trench. You look left and right, but are unable to make any sense of the warped shapes reflected through the mask's shattered lenses. GD, where are you? Right here, beside you, old boy. Well, he says, are you there, but I don't care. Comes the muffled reply. My lenses are cracked. I can't see a bloody thing. Don't worry about it. If the Germans, attack, just shoot over there. For over 2 hours, you stand atop the fire steps waiting for an attack. Then the all safe is heard, and masks are removed along the entire front amidst much cursing and laughter. Finally, the order to stand down is also given, as it is clear that the Germans again are not going to attack. Oh my God, Mr. Gibson, that's horrible. Looking at your watch, you realize that it is late afternoon and that you are famished. Back inside your dugout, you see other men breaking out biscuits, opening cans of bully beef, and drinking from their water bottles. From the French word bouilli, meaning boiled. Meat that is pickled or canned, usually corned beef. Ew. You cook some maconiki stew, a rather gluttonous blob of gristle, fat, and bone. Ew! You have to eat that shit? And make a small pot of tea. Wolfing down your meal, you quickly clean up, then settle back on your couch to catch some much needed rest. 20 minutes into your nap, Lieutenant Jarvis steps inside your dugout and informs you that you are scheduled to be on sentry duty at 2000 hours, or 8 p.m., with your buddy GD. Yay, GD! Sentry duty, the tedious, nerve-wracking experience of sitting in the freezing cold or pouring rain for hours, straining to see or hear anything coming from no man's land, where the snapping of a branch or the rustle of rats could mean a surprise attack by a German patrol or nothing at all. Sentry duty could play havoc with your imagination and leave you on edge for weeks. For the most part, however, sentry duty simply entails countless hours of mind-crushing boredom. Luckily, GDSCW would be on hand to keep you company. Oh, you're getting hungry by watching this? Sorry. Shortly after sunset, you are informed that a group of 10 men will be raiding the enemy's trenches shortly after 2300 hours, 11 p.m. You are given the password, Flinflon, to help identify these men upon their return. Then, a few minutes before 8 o'clock, you and GD trudge along to your post and settle yourselves in for the evening. The darkness overwhelms you as you sit atop the fire step, listening for any sounds coming from no man's land. All is quiet, with the exception of a few isolated rifle shots in the distance. The cold is biting and you rub your hands to keep warm. You know, Chi-Man, it could be worse, says GDSCW with his hands tucked under his arms. It could be snowing. Sure, it could be worse, she replies sarcastically. We could have bombs falling on our heads. The tension of sentry duty is interrupted only by Lieutenant Jarvis, who comes by every now and then to see how the two of you are doing and make sure you haven't fallen asleep. You cheated. LOL, GD. To break the monotony, GDASCW occasionally peers over the parapet to inspect no man's land. It's so black out there. I can't see a thing, he says. That's racist! Nah, I'm playing. Keep your head down, you warn. Any higher than the German sniper will get your number. Oh my god, did the snipers really... did the snipers really monitor your trenches, like 24/7 and try to shoot anybody who sticks their head up? Because if so, that's fucking horrible. Ew, you're playing Just Dance on the Wii U? Ew, why? Ew. Boom, headshot. And it starts snowing while artillery fires. Yeah, it could be both, you know? You never know, Deku boy. G-Man! GDSCW suddenly exclaims in a muffled shout. There's something out there! What is it, you ask? I don't know, I just saw something move, in front and slightly to the right. You bring your helmet down over your eyes and slowly peek over the parapet. Suddenly, you catch a faint glimmer from the corner of your eye, which disappears before you can focus on it. What was that? The reflection of a helmet? A belt buckle? A rifle barrel? What if it was the raiding party returning from its mission? No, that can't be. It's too early. What if it was a German raiding party? There's just no noise out there. There's no noise out there, but you definitely did see something move. Or was it your tired eyes playing tricks on you? GDASCW looks at you intently. Yeah, it's true for both sides, true. There are snipers looking on the other side too, but it's still horrible. It's like, ooh, hi, Mom! Headshot. Okay, so, again, we see something in the distance, but we can't tell what it is. What should we do? Should we report this incident to Lieutenant Jarvis, fire your rifle towards the reflection, or just ignore this incident? I already know what it is in the background, and this choice doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Of course, there's still something you should do. There is still a best choice to do in this case, but it actually doesn't really matter in the story. So, I fire, or you're cooking bread and egg toast? Wow, cool. I would think that the Wii U would make Just Dance harder. Okay, so somebody says fire, somebody says report, and Mr. Gibson is right, and Nime says fire. So we got 2 fires and 1 report. So, I'm not going to say what the best choice is, even though it doesn't matter, there's still a best choice to make. And somebody already said in the chat, but just to say, but we're just going to go ahead and fire. Open fire. In one swift motion, you bring your rifle over the parapet and fire off 3 quick shots before huddling down next to GDASCW. Did you get him? He asks. I don't know. I think so, you answer between breaths. GDASCW peers slowly over the parapet and after a few seconds huddles next to you in alarm. I've seen him! He's still there! He mumbles excitedly. Reaching into your pack, you pull out a couple of grenades. Handing one over to GDASCW, the two of you pull out the pins, count to 3, then lob them over the parapet and into no man's land. Oh, okay, see you later, Mr. Gibson. Seconds later, a couple of explosions set bits of earth flying over your helmets. No sooner are you getting ready to throw 2 more than Lieutenant Jarvis arrives on the scene with half a dozen men in tow. What the devil is going on? He exclaims in a muffled voice. We saw something moving, sir, replies CDASCW. We couldn't make it out, so we threw a couple of grenades, just to make sure. Moments later, Lieutenant Jarvis loads a short-study flare gun, points it directly overhead, and fires a bright flare that seems to illuminate the entire sector. What's a sector? A portion or division of a large military area. Oh, duh. At the same time, GDASCW and you peer over into no man's land and quickly scour the area for any signs of the enemy. And of course, the object is in question. It is only then that you know it's a large metal sheet from an exploded shell, fluttering up and down the cold winter breeze amidst a desolate crater-filled landscape. I suspect, gentlemen, that your German patrol was just a large piece of metal, reproaches Lieutenant Jarvis as the flare burns itself out. Heavens forbid you should mistake a tree limb for the Kaiser, and please consult with me before you decide to start your own bloody war. Irritated, Lieutenant Jarvis walks off with his men to resume his duties. So, of course, the best option to do was to report the incident. I mean, ignoring the incident actually, if you're wondering what happens, if you report the incident, it's like you have the similar dialogue with Lieutenant Jarvis, but he still gets mad at you. He still gets irritated with you for, you know, reporting him over something insignificant, but he doesn't yell at you for starting a war because you didn't start a war. You actually told him before you started doing the war, which is actually the smartest thing to do. But yeah, Deku Boy was right. But if you ignore the incident, the story just pretends like it never happened. It's just like, okay, go to the next part. That's it. So anyway, embarrassed yet relieved, GDASCW and you continue your vigil and turn to the more pressing task of keeping warm. Oh, you're leaving, Jesse? Oh, well, bye. For the next few hours, GDASCW and you stand atop the fire steps trying desperately to stay warm while keeping your eyes and ears open for any signs of enemy activity. The fuck? Suddenly you hear a sneeze coming out from the dark. Did you hear that? Asked GD nervously.
Help us! We are hurt!
The fuck? I most certainly did, you reply, bringing your rifle slightly over the parapet. Then, from no man's land, you hear a voice. Help us! We are hot! GDASCW and you stare at each other. They're on our side! Exclaims GD. Wait, it could be a trick, you reply. What's the password? You shout out to the unknown voice.
We are needing help, please!
You hear nothing but the faint whistle of the cold winter wind. We are needing help, please, comes the long-awaited reply. GDASCW looks again with an air of indecision and worry. It's obvious what you should do, but I'm not going to say it because there's a bad choice here, but again, it's obvious. You guys decide. And honestly, it's not even it's so obvious that you'd have to be a complete idiot to fall for it. You'd have to be a complete idiot to fall for it. Because the voice acting just gives away what you should do. Yeah, exactly. Fire that bitch.
Wie kommen wir hier weg? Wir sind verloren.
Oh, watch what happens. Oh, wait. I didn't. Oh, he's not firing yet. Did you hear that, you asked GDACW? What? He replies. What he said, we are needing help? Needing help? No one I know talks like that. And if he does, he's certainly not from Westopolis. Again, you hear a sneeze coming from somewhere out of no man's land. Then, to your surprise, you hear the sound of two people arguing in German. Yeah, the German accent gives it away. Like, you have to be a complete idiot. If you wonder what happens if you go over the parapet, you don't die, actually. No, I'm playing. You actually do die. You go over, you tell GD to watch out, and then you look for the enemy. You look for help, and then you get shot from somewhere. Presumably the people who were saying we need help, and then you know you hear a bunch of firing and all stuff, and you're dead. But that's it. That does it, you say. Bringing your rifle to bear and firing at a number of shadows now disappearing into the night. GDASCW fires his own rifle, and before long, 300 men and Lieutenant Jarvis arrive and join in on the fire. In less than a minute, the carnage is over. From your parapet, you can vaguely make out the forms of 2 or 3 Germans, now lying dead in no man's land. The rest, if any, have escaped. Close call, says Lieutenant Jarvis with a smile. Close call indeed, sir, you reply. Well done, lads, he adds. I'll have the 2 of you relieved of duty in 20 minutes. No sooner do Lieutenant Jarvis and his men leave your outpost than GD sits on the fire step and pulls out his pipe. He smokes? GD, you smoke? Oh my god. No, I'm playing. Only a few minutes now till bedtime, he says smugly. Let's just hope the Germans call it a night too, you reply uneasily. The next 10 minutes are uneventful when once again you hear muffled sounds coming from no man's land. GD, how could you? Don't smoke, GD. You scramble with your rifle and stare into the darkness. You immediately make out human shapes, inching their way towards your post. Who goes there? You challenge. Flin comes the weary reply. The password. It must be the men returning from their raid. We've got some wounded out here. And a prisoner, says the same voice. And then, just then a flare from the German lines flies high into the sky and illuminates the entire landscape. The artificial light, you can clearly make out the shapes of 4 men, 20 meters away, who slip inside a large crater to hide. Damn, there are craters in no man's land all over the place? The game wasn't joking. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, I am back. Alright, let's continue. Okay. Just then, a flare coming from German lines flies high into the sky and illuminates the entire landscape. The artificial light clearly make out the shapes of four men 20 meters away who slip inside a large clearing to hide. Suddenly, a German machine gun opens up and you see bullets spraying the entire area. Before long, you hear the sound of mortar fire and the resulting shell blasts near the crater's edge. You realize that it might be just a matter of seconds before the men are all cut to pieces. I turned down the volume because it was too loud. So what do we do? I'll just turn this. I don't like the volume. It's too much. Okay, there's a bad choice here, and it might not be. It's not. It's kind of. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say that there's a bad choice here. You guys decide what to do. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, you're taking a toilet break, Nime? Okay. Okay, so somebody said help them. Anybody else? So we got one person who has made a choice. Got another person who says stay inside. So that's a split vote. Okay, I would stay inside. And so it's 2-1. So going once, going twice, and we're going to go ahead and stay inside the trench, which is actually the good choice. Bad choice. What would happen is if you go, I would show you, but I really don't want to, I really don't want to, lose. But anyway, you go into the trench. You see you see a few dead bodies, and you see a German prisoner. You try to help him. He dies, and then you end up dying with a shell explosion seconds after. Just stay inside. I know, Sparky. Like, I did that too when I first played this game. I'm like, I'm gonna go help, and I'm like, oh shit, shouldn't have done that. So stay inside the trench. You think of coming to the end, and the men stuck in no man's land then hesitate. At that moment, your friend GD climbs over the parapet and runs towards the stranded men. It's a brave yet reckless charge, liable to get him killed. GD, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing stupid shit like that? It's brave and it's noble, yet it's stupid, GD. God, be smart. I'm playing. Hey, wait, let me read this discussion over here. So, that's weird. Is that really what happened, GD? That's so dumb. And you couldn't quit, because every time you tried to quit, it would boot you out of the menu. That's so stupid. Okay, well, anyway, just before he reaches the crater's lip, he notices another soldier coming out from the hole with one of the wounded men over his shoulder. The soldier passes GD and reaches your position in less than 15 seconds. You help him lower the wounded man inside the trench and then peer into no man's land to see what has become of your friend. The fire from the German mortars has doubled in intensity, and throughout the smoke, you finally see GD emerging alone from the crater. Miraculously, he succeeds in returning to the trenches without so much as a scratch. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Jarvis and a handful of men have arrived on the scene. GD, you are one lucky mother effer. You've both had enough action for tonight, he declares to two of you. Go over to your dugout and get some shut-eye. Tired and weary, you stumble back towards your dugout where the two of you slump into your cots. Sorry, I said clots. Cots, and quickly fall asleep. The next day is cloudy and cool. Again, you follow the daily routine of trench warfare. Stand to before dawn. Stand down an hour later. A quick shave, breakfast, inspection, and an entire day of standing along the fire steps waiting for a German attack. Finally, by late afternoon, most of the men are dismissed and allowed to return to their bunks. A few moments later, Lieutenant Jarvis walks into your dugout. I'd like some volunteers to go on the trench raid tonight to bring back information to prisoners. I like to keep it small, say 3 or 4 men. You have heard many stories about trench raids on German lines and of the men who have taken part in them. With the very high casualties that such raids entail, you are not overly keen on going. What do I get if I volunteer, you ask? 2 weeks rest and maybe a decoration, which is a badge of honor, something like that. Medal awarded for bravery. If you bring back something useful, replies Lieutenant Jarvis. 2 weeks rest! A billet in Arras or Armentières with a friendly French family would surely mean some decent food and a real bed to sleep in. A place that is designated for soldiers to receive food and shelter. Oh, so you can't be forced to quarter them anymore. Nice! Thank you, Fourth and... Actually, that's the Third Amendment. Whatever. Your friend GD raises his hand and offers to go on the raid. Sergeant Wilkes also volunteers to go. Looking your way, says, "Come on." And looking your way, says, "Come on, Chi-Man. If I'm gonna go over the top, I'd like to have you with me." It really doesn't matter what you do. I mean, and the first option, the second option, I'm not gonna say anything, but really, you're not killed either way. You just do it. Just do whichever one. So somebody says volunteer, someone says don't volunteer. Okay. Okay, I guess we have somebody who changed. Yeah, actually, you don't die either way. You can, but you in either scenario, but you don't. Or rather, in one scenario, but I won't say which one it is. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, it's more fun to go on this trench run. You could do the other one, but it's not as fun. GD has survived the mortar anyways. A few hours later, shortly after sunset, 3 of you are issued with knives, clubs, grenades, extra ammunition, and the all-important wire cutters. Pockets are emptied and your faces are blackened with burnt cork. You are also given a password, Eskimo, so that your own sentries will be able to recognize you upon your return. At exactly 11 p.m., Sergeant Wilkes checks your gear one last time, then motions for you to follow him into no man's land. Crawling along on your bellies, the 3 of you slowly inch forward toward the German trenches. The ground is hard yet uneven. In addition to the numerous shell holes, the ground is littered with fragments of twisted helmets and broken rifles and the occasional remains of dead soldiers. Okay, just making sure my mic's on. Other than a few distant rifle shots, there is little noise and no sign of activity in the trench ahead. Suddenly, halfway across no man's land, an enemy flare rockets high into the night sky, then bursts in a bright illuminating spectacle. The light seems brighter to you than the sun itself. The Germans must surely see you now. Now, this is one of those bad choices. Yeah, this is one of those bad choices, and it's not actually, it's not actually obvious on what you should do. Well, you'd have to think about it in order to come to the right conclusion. So, what do you guys think we should do? And remember, there's a bad choice here. You can turn and go back, or you can stop moving and stay where you are. Sparky says, "Oh, won't you stay with me? Because I bought your weave." No, I'm playing. Stay? Okay. And that's actually the correct choice. That's actually the correct. I'm sorry. I got it from Chris Brown. He made a video that parodied that song. But anyway, yeah, that is actually the correct choice. Don't just stay where you are. I made when I first played this game, I made the wrong choice and turned and went back. But if you turn and go back, the Germans will see that you're moving and will shoot at you. But first they kill your friends before they kill you. But GD's like, "No, don't move, G-Man," but then it's too late by then. But yeah, just stop moving and stay where you are. And yeah, you two are good at this game. The 3 of you instantly freeze and remain totally motionless while the flare burns brightly overhead. You literally bury your face into the ground, wishing all the while that you could dig a hole in which to hide. Closing your eyes in fright, you wait for a blast of German machine gun fire. To your surprise and relief, nothing happens. Yeah, it's just common sense. I mean, some of these can be hard to think, like that one right there, but others, it's easy. 1 minute later, the flare burns itself out. Sergeant Wilkes motions you to resume your slow yet steady advance. With your heart pounding, you arrive in front of a large tangle of barbed wire. The German trenches are now just a few feet away. And this is another one of those choices. It's kind of obvious of what you should do, but I'm not going to say anything. This is a bad choice. And let's just say that a bad choice could lead to two other bad choices. So, do we cut through the wire, or do we find another way in? What do you guys think we should do? Although I'm sure you guys are probably going to get the right answer on this one, because I did the first time I played it. I mean, just think. It's not too hard to figure out. Just think. It's kind of hard, but yeah. So we should cut the wire? Alright, let's cut the wire. And that was the bad choice! That was the bad choice, guys! Damn! I'm playing. But no, that really was the bad choice. You grab the wires and bring the powerful jaws to bear on the first strand of wire before you. The wire snaps back and at the same time sets off a loud clanging of empty cans, which had been hung along the wire to alert German sentries of any intruders. Okay, to be fair, those cans really aren't all that noticeable when you first play. I mean, you can see them in the picture, but again, they're not that noticeable. So it's an understandable mistake. Me, I didn't do it the first time I played because I'm like, no, that's too obvious. Let's just go around. And I was just lucky that I actually made the right choice. But yeah, you grab the wire cutters and bring the powerful jaws to bear. Oh, I already said this. To your horror, a voice in broken English is heard coming from the German trench. Tommy, which is a nickname for Allied soldiers from the Germans. We know you are there. We are knowing you are there. Come out with your hands on your head and we will not be hurting you. That is just really bad English. I mean, it's not grammatically incorrect, but who talks like that? But you know, they're not native speakers, so it's understandable. So, do you stand and do as you are told, or throw grenades and fight back to your lines? Again, it really doesn't matter what you do here. The outcome is the same. And I won't say what the outcome is, but it's the same regardless. Surrender, which is actually the smarter choice to do, but in the end, you still get screwed over. Either of those choices will screw you over. Don't cut the wires. Please don't cut the wires. Come on, lads, says Sergeant Wilkes. Get to your feet and put on a nice smile. The three of you slowly stand and bring your hands up over your heads. Moments later, half a dozen German soldiers climb out of their trench, work their way around the barbed wire, and then strip you of your grenades, rifles, ammunition, and even your watches. Ouch. Why the watches? That's Rolex shit right there, bitch. That's Rolex. You are walking that way, says one of the German soldiers, pointing his rifle at you. Oh my god. They're actually scaring me with the way they're looking at me. I'm getting goosebumps from this. The three of you zigzag around the wire and into the German trenches where you are surrounded by other Germans who seem surprised and curious by your sudden appearance. It is only now that you realize that there will be no 2-week pass or decoration waiting for you. All that awaits is a German prison camp where you will spend the rest of the war. Now, this is... You could think of it... I'd like to think of this as a typical survival horror game where you have a good ending, a bad ending, and then some endings that are in between. This is one of those endings that are in between. You don't die, but it's a bad ending nonetheless. And then, of course, there's a telegraph company. But it really shouldn't say that you were reported killed. It should say that you were reported missing in action. But, you know, I guess the developers, the designers were just too lazy to make a second one, so they're like, nah, just make it the same. So instead, it's just going to say, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Ruler 15, deeply regret to inform you that Private Team Ruler 15 was officially reported killed in action on November 5th. Let's restart the chapter. Oh, Officer in Charge Record Office, of course. Now, let's go and see what happens if you pick the other bad choice. Gino, because we already made a bad choice, let's go ahead and do it again. So if you fight back, you can guess what will pretty much happen, but let's do it anyway. You look over to Sergeant Wilkes to see what he does. To your surprise, he takes out a hand grenade and pulls the pin. Following his example, GD and you take out your own grenades, pull the pins, and together lob them over the wire and take them into the German trench. And then... Watch, watch, watch. Oh wait, it's not on this one yet. Each explosion causes the earth to tremble and the men to shrink in terror. The three of you also fire your rifles blindly towards the enemy. But unfortunately, the German response, however, is quick and deadly. A German stick grenade lands beside Sergeant Wilkes and explodes, killing... Wait, whoa. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What on earth? No. What on earth happened here? No. What was that? Oh, it was an accident. Okay. I was about to say, what? Oh, that's why. That makes sense. That makes sense, because that just doesn't make any sense. Okay, but yeah, it was a stick grenade that killed us, and it lands beside Sergeant Wilkes and explodes, killing him instantly while German rifle machine gun fire riddles GD's body with bullets. GD died again. You tried to return fire, but your situation is hopeless. Out of the darkness, two other stick grenades land at your feet, and the last thing you feel is a searing blast of their explosion. Oh, Scott accidentally blocked you, or hid you, I should say, hid you. It was an accident. He said his sister tackled him, and I guess he pressed something by accident. And of course, now you can say that we were reported killed. Okay, anyway. But yeah, Deku Boy, as you'd expect, the soldiers were killed. Somebody was killed by a grenade. The others... Sergeant was killed by a grenade. GD was killed by a rifle. And I was killed by grenades. Try to find an easier way in. Sergeant Wilkes, you whisper in alarm. Look over there. You point out a number of small empty cans which have been attached to the wire. Should anyone attempt to cut through, the cans would rattle and warn the Germans of any intruders. The three of you veer to the left and try to find an easier way through. Minutes later, you come upon a section of wire that has been destroyed by shelling. You crawl along this path, inching towards the edge of the German trench, where you pause behind the parapet. You listen for any noise or sign of life coming from inside the trench. Sergeant Wilkes peered slowly over the parapet, looks left and right, and quietly lowers himself in. He motions the two of you to follow. The three of you tread quietly along the German trench, with guns pointing in every direction. Suddenly, you hear the sound of German voices coming from one of the dugouts. Sergeant Wilkes stands at the entrance of a dugout and motions the two of you to follow him inside. You take a deep breath, clutch your rifle with both hands, and follow the others. Hands up, Fritz! Which is another nickname for German soldiers. Orders Sergeant Wilkes to a bewildered group of rough-looking and half-dazed Germans. Slowly, the enemy soldiers raise their arms and get to their feet. You count at least a dozen of them. This is the first time that you have seen the enemy up close and alive, and you are curious to find that they look as tired and miserable as you do. The dugout is strewn with backpacks, helmets, rifles, and boxes. There are also numerous family photographs attached to bedposts and a bunch of papers laying on top of a small wooden table. What do we do now? Mutters Shidi uneasily. Do we grab the papers and leave the dugout, or bring one German prisoner back with you? Now, neither choice will cause death. So this is one of those bad choices. But either way, you'll end up eventually with the same outcome, kind of. So which one do we do? Do you bring one prisoner back, or grab the papers and leave the dugout? So I got somebody who says, bring one back. Let's bring it back. Oh, let's bring it back. Do you remember? No, I'm playing. Let's go. Bring one back. Or grab the papers. Honestly, bring the German prisoner back is... I will do that one. Honestly, neither choice is good, because if you're wondering what the papers are, they're love letters. And when you go back to the dugout, and the sergeant's like, what do you want me to do with these love letters? And you're like, I risked my life for a bunch of love letters? So, yeah. But the prisoner, well, you'll see what happens when we get to the prisoner, because there's actually not a better outcome. You, says Sergeant Wilkes, pointing to a young German, come here. You grab the young German by the collar and push him out of the dugout. You peer left and right, up and down the trench for any signs of activity, yet all is quiet. A few seconds later, oh shit! GD, ASCW, and Sergeant Wilkes emerge from the dugout with grenades in each hand. What are those for, Sergeant, you ask? A going away present, he answers. I don't intend on having the Germans firing at us the moment we've gone back over the top. one quick motion, the sergeant and GD pull out the pins, count to 3, and then throw them inside the dugout. The 4 of you take to your feet, and seconds later, a series of shattering explosions destroys the dugout and its occupants. Ouch! Quick, lads, shouts Sergeant Wilkes. No time to waste. Let's get out of here before all hell breaks loose. You swiftly climb over the parapet, sling your rifles behind your backs, and then disappear into the night with your prisoner in tow. You crawl rapidly back towards your own trench. A flare from the German lines flies high to the sky and again lights up the entire sector. Sergeant Wilkes immediately motions for you to freeze. A few shots are fired from German rifles, none of them in your direction. As the flare fizzles out, you resume your advance. Minutes later, another flare is fired overhead. Secretly, you each jump inside a crater to seek cover. To your dismay, you land over in 3 feet of freezing water. Soon after this, mortar shells begin exploding around you. All around you. Yeah, he just killed the German prisoners, which is horrible, but I understand why he did it. To your horror, one of the mortar shells explodes right inside GD's crater, sending bits of uniform flying everywhere. Oh my god. Oh my god. You stare at the smoldering hole, then call out to GD, yet hear nothing. We killed GD! Oh my god, GD! he got blown the fuck. He got blown the fuck up. Poor GD. Damn. Okay, so what do we do? Do we run over to his hole or stay inside your own hole? And again, this is one of those that there's a bad choice here, but this is one of those where it's kind of hard to decide what to do. I know what the bad choice is, but run over to the hole. So I got one that says run over to the hole. The other the password for running back to the trench line to me, that would be Flint. No, not Flint Flon. Eskimo. That was it. You could run it over to the hole or stay in the hole. Run over. We need to find if he's still alive. Believe it or not, running over to the hole is actually the... We got a 2-to-1 vote. It's actually the best choice, better choice to make. It actually is. Ironically, it's the better choice to make. If you stay in the hole, the sergeant will call out to you, but you'll be too dazed to move, and then a shell will come in and explode and kill you. So moving is actually the smarter thing to do in this case, which makes sense if you think about it. Anyway, recalling an old saying that lightning never strikes the same place twice, you scurry over to GD's crater just as a shell explodes inside your previous hole. Tumbling over head over heels inside the crater. Oh, if you're wondering what I did, I made the bad choice on this one when I first played the game. I'm like, would it make sense to stay here? But then again, it kind of doesn't. You kind of have to keep moving, I guess. Anyway, tumbling head over heels inside the crater, you fall on the remains of 2 lifeless corpses, that of GD and the German prisoner. The odor of burnt flesh is overpowering, and you barely manage to stop yourself from throwing up. Sergeant Wilkes slides into the crater next to you and urges you to follow him back to your own lines. You glance one last time at your deceased friend before taking off into the night. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what happens after you take the papers, if you take over the papers, you can choose to leave a prisoner. You can actually choose to take the papers and take a prisoner with you. But this time, the prisoner, if you take the prisoner after taking the papers, the prisoner will try to run away, and the sergeant will have to shoot him, which causes alarms to go off, and then you'll have to kill the people in the dugout again. So it's a different scenario, but it's the same outcome regardless. And of course, GD still dies in that part too. I mean, not GD, the crater. No, it's okay, Deku Boy, because I made that mistake too. Like, because it kind of makes sense to stay, because what if you get killed? Some of these are hard to do, I know. And on the very last one before the ending, I actually screw up on that one very badly. I'm like, it made sense to me. Press F to pay respects to GD. Okay. Nothing happened. Moments later, you are just within shouting distance of your own trenches when another flare fires into the sky. Again, mortar shells begin flying all around you. Sergeant Wilkes decides to jump inside the crater to seek cover. Do you make a run for your own trench or jump into the crater with Sergeant Wilkes? I can't remember what choice I made here, but... Yeah, see, exactly, Deku. That's what I was thinking too. Like, either way, you still risk dying. So, But yeah, in the end, moving would be a better choice. But anyway, do you make a run for your own trench or jump to the crater? And this is a bad choice, by the way. A potentially bad choice. I know what the right choice is. And I guess I can give you guys a hint. It involves that password thing earlier. That's all I'm going to say. Now GD can't talk for the rest of the stream anymore. So keeping the password in mind, you guys can see what... So do we jump with him or do we go with... Okay, so we go with Wilkes, and that's actually the right choice. If you go towards the trench, if you run towards the trench, you won't get the password to the soldier over there who's you're running towards, and he'll fire at you and realize too late that he fired at his own comrade. So, yes, you jump into the crater. I think I did the second choice. I can't remember when I first played it. I can't remember. Despite the short distance to safety, you decide to follow the lead of Sergeant Wilkes and jump into the crater. Sergeant Wilkes gives the password to the nervous sentry standing at the forward observation post. Having cleared this last hurdle, he shouts for you to follow him over the last few feet to safety. You are then escorted by Lieutenant Jarvis and half a dozen other men to a nearby dugout where a glass is filled with rum and handed over to you. Badly shaken and racked by remorse over your friend's death, you empty 3 glasses of the burning liquor before slumping into a nearby cot. As Lieutenant Jarvis questions Sergeant Wilkes about the night raid, he's like, "Good job, mate. I mean, GD died, but I think we still did all right." You begin to feel sluggish and drowsy. Finally closing your eyes, the distant sound of shell blasts echo in your mind as you fall fast asleep. For the next 4 hours, you sleep soundly and awake only a few times to scratch the lice that has now nested in your hair. "Come on, wake up, lads," you hear. "Come on, get up." You hear again as you open your eyes and see the familiar face of Lieutenant Jarvis hovering over your head. "Let's go, lad. I need your help right now," he says in a hurried voice. You quickly stay in your cot and rub the sleeps from your eyes. "What time is it?" you ask dreamily. "A little after 4 in the morning. Listen closely. We found that the Germans are going to attack in just a few hours. The men are preparing the assault, but I need more men to work the sap," which is, of course, a tunnel within the trench, dug to a point beneath the enemy trenches. How do people dig tunnels like that without the ground caving in? Well, technically well, I guess it's possible. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I'm sorry if I sound ignorant. I don't know how it works. At the mention of the word sap, you immediately regain all of your senses. Indeed, one of the most dangerous tasks of any soldier is that of having to dig a tunnel far below the surface of no man's land to place an explosive charge into the enemy's trenches. We've heard many stories of men blown to bits from an enemy mine or worse, still buried alive as a result of the caved-in tunnel. "No time for lollygagging," warns Lieutenant Jarvis. "Do we really need a definition for that? I think everybody knows what it means." Well, maybe not everyone. "I want you to report Corporal Hunter in the Yon Street I can't enunciate today. I want you to report to Corporal Hunter in the Yon Street tunnel and help him set up the explosives. Hurry, man, every minute counts." Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, if you don't go on a trench raid, you get to have, what happens is that you stay with the soldiers, GD and the sergeant will go with 2 other men, and um, you get to, some soldier delivers over mail, you get to have some mail, and you get to share one of your presents with somebody else, potentially, or keep it. And of course, there's a funny outcome either way. But then after that, you'll find out that GD and the other 2 men are killed, and only the sergeant's alive. So either way, GD dies. Even if you don't go on the trench raid, GD dies. And Lieutenant Jarvis will say, "I'm sorry about your death, hon, but we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go and dig that tunnel." But yeah. Oh, you didn't know the definition? I guess that makes sense. Anyway, leaving your pack and rifle behind, you run over to the Yon Street tunnel. "We will never forget you, GD." Once there, you notice long lines of dirty, sweating, chalk-covered men, removing the earth from the tunnel and sending dozens of boxes filled with explosives forward. You snake your way inside the tunnel and 15 minutes later arrive at a narrow dead end. Damn, they spent all that time doing that? "Corporal Hunter?" you ask warily. "That's me," replies a short-bodied man covered from head to toe in mud and chalk. "We will never forget you, GD. We will never forget you." A moment of silence for GD. Done. Anyway, I've been sent by Lieutenant Jarvis to return. Good. Take the shovel and start digging, he snaps. I've got to go to the service, and when I come back, I want to see 10 more meters of tunnel dug up. Now move! I'm like, well, screw you then. Grabbing the nearest shovel, you begin piling the loose chalk into small wheelbarrows, which are quickly whisked away. Over an hour. Yeah, GD, you're a ghost now. For over an hour, you toil in the tunnel by the light of a flickering lantern. At one point, you suddenly hear a noise coming from directly ahead of you. Somewhere beyond the end of the tunnel, you hear a muffled scraping sound. Do we continue digging, or do we stop digging and listen? Now, again, this is a bad choice, and when you think about it, it's kind of obvious as to what you should do. You know, just saying. But anyway, you guys decide. Listen. Or continue. I won't say what it is, but you guys know which one. I'm sure you guys know which one to do. Do whichever option ends up worse. No! But okay, we're just gonna go ahead and stop digging and listen. If you're wondering what happens if you want watch, look, and listen. If you're wondering what happens if you continue digging, you dig some more for some time, and then and then that scraping sound from before suddenly stops. Then you try to dig, and then you get blown up because the Germans somehow figured out that you were digging near the trenches, and then they sent an explosive over and killed you. And it's kind of common sense if you think about it. When you hear a noise, when you hear a weird noise, you want to investigate it because it could be bad. But anyway. Hey, listen, like Navi, exactly, like Navi the fairy from Ocarina of Time. Hey, listen, watch out. What is it? Asks one of the digger. You pause to think for a moment, then it becomes clear to you. Germans, you say, digging the tunnel right next to ours. Quick, get the shovels out of here and pile up the explosives. Working feverishly against time as the Germans are likely carrying out the same operation, you and your comrades start to pile mounds of explosives against the end of the tunnel. No sooner are they in place than Corporal Hunter arrives on the scene. What in blazes is going on here? He says angrily. Corporal, you explain. We heard digging sounds and out, he replies in a flash. Everybody, get out, out, out! Bye, Scott. Oh, but we're almost done, Scott. Stay, wait, we're almost done. In an instant, you disappear down the tunnel along with the other men. Minutes later, you emerge from the tunnel in the pre-dawn of light of yet another cold and cloudy day. You wait at the tunnel's entrance when Corporal Hunter finally comes out with the wire spool in his hand, which he attaches to a small box. Oh, you have to watch a movie? Alright, see you later. Good work, lad, he says, looking at you. Another 5 minutes and you'd have all been buried alive. But we're the ones who are going to give Jerry a nasty surprise. At the very moment you hear the sound of an enemy shell flying overhead, you instinctively duck the and somewhere behind you and explodes in the mud. Oh my god. In seconds, more shells begin to land in front and in back of you, causing the earth to shudder and quake. You have to enjoy it. Yep. Hey, Tyrell Davis. Looks like the Germans are going to attack soon, says Corporal Hunter. You better join your mates. They're going to need you. You quickly nod and take off in the direction of your own trench amidst a stream of falling shells. We're almost done, guys. There's just one more choice you have to make, and it's a bad choice. I'm going to say it right now. You weave your way along the trenches, pausing now and then to take cover whenever you hear a shell falling. To your surprise, the bombardment is a short one as it practically ends by the time you have reached your dugout. Hundreds of men have filed out the dugouts and stand along the fire steps. Everywhere you hear the sound of rifles being cocked and machine guns being loaded in preparation for an attack. Lieutenant Jarvis pulls out a revolver from his holster and motions for you to take your place along the line. Grabbing your rifle, you stand behind the parapet and wait for the battle to begin. The wait is excruciating, and it is only now that you take time to remember your friend GD. Not only have you lost a friend, but it also saddens you to think that he has now left a widow and 2 young children. I forgot about them. Here they come! Someone yells from further down the line. You peer over the parapet. Oh my god, Deku boy! That you have no chill. You peer over the parapet and see long lines of men advancing towards you. Come on, let's hurry up and finish this game. With bayonets fixed at the end of their rifles, thousands of Germans march steadily forward at a slow yet steady pace. An eerie silence descends upon no man's land as they are now just moments away. As they reach the barbed wire in front of your trench, every machine gun and rifle opens up along the entire line. The hail of bullets mows down the attacking Germans like bowling pins. It's like Waves upon waves of men fall to the ground from the deadly fire. Yeah, you can subscribe. It's free. When I first saw YouTube, I was like, do we have to pay to subscribe? And I'm like, no, actually it's free. Because you're essentially just following somebody. Oh shit. Dodging, weaving, and crawling, a few Germans managed to get the barbed wire and throw hand grenades into your trenches. One of these knocks out a nearby machine gun post, killing every man around it. So what do we do? This is the final choice, guys, and it's a potentially bad choice. Do you continue firing your rifle, or do you try to fire the machine gun? And this is a choice I actually messed up on, and I was so mad when I messed up on it. I was like, what the fuck? And that was the last choice. Well, I know some other classmate of mine in the class who actually made the right choice, and I'm like, this motherfucker. He makes the right choice and I don't. Fire the machine gun or stay where we are and fire a rifle. If you think about it, you can come across the right answer. You may not necessarily come across it, but you may. There's a possibility. There's no guarantee, but it's a possibility. That's what I meant to say. So do we fire it or do we continue firing our own? This is the final choice, guys. Choose carefully. We already have one vote. Yeah, the machine gun could overheat. So, do we go ahead and fire it? Okay, ready? Go back to the previous dialogue. Alright. Dodging, weaving, and crawling, a few Germans managed to get over the barbed wire and throw hand grenades into your trenches. One of these knocks out a nearby machine gun post, killing every man around it. So, what should we do? Do we continue firing or try to fire it? And it makes sense to think about which one you should do. Like when you think it can be hard to decide what to do, but just try your best. So the machine gun's still operational. It's just that a bunch of men died. So what should we do? Should we fire or should we fire the rifle and stay where we are, or should we go over and try to fire the machine gun? Because this is the last choice. What do we do? Fire the machine gun? That's actually the right choice.
With no time to lose, you scramble towards the smoldering crater of the machine gun post and clear away the bodies.
Yes!
The machine gun, you notice, still works, and it's only a matter of seconds before you're firing at the advancing enemy. German dead and wounded begin to pile up in front of the barbed wire. The attack is relentless, and it seems as if the entire outcome of the battle now depends upon your ability to keep firing the machine gun. Just then, a massive explosion in no man's land sends tons of earth and dozens of bodies flying into the air. You're knocked backwards from the blast and covered in mounds of chalk. Shaking yourself off, you realize that Corporal Hunter must have detonated the explosives stashed inside the tunnel.
Okay, yeah, so that was actually the right choice to make. And as Sparky said, that actually kind of does give you a hint if you think about it. Lightning never strikes in the same place twice. So, it's possible, but probably unlikely that you're going to get shot firing the machine gun. But, what if you had taken the first choice? If you had taken the first choice at the end, right here, all the men that are coming would have poured into your trench and would have killed all of you. There would be a lot of fighting. You'd kill some people, but then your gun would jam, and then somebody would come and stab you in the chest with a bayonet, and then you die. Which makes sense, because without the machine gun firing, there's nobody to keep all those Germans away. So firing the machine gun was actually the smarter choice. So, oh, you're talking about the first choice. Sorry. GD dies either way. It doesn't matter. Either way, he's gonna die. He dies. That's it. He's doomed to die. He's essentially a ghost. Anyway.
The effect of the blast in no man's land was devastating. It is as if someone had picked it up, turned it upside down, and dumped it back into place. With the smoke now clearing, you notice the Germans are retreating towards their own trenches. The explosions all but snuffed out the German attack. No sooner is the battle over than another, more terrifying sound can be heard. The moans and whimpering of countless men, both Canadian and German, either wounded or dying in the trenches and in no man's land.
Ooh.
You know that most of them will never be rescued, and soon after they're dead, the whole area will smell of rotting corpses.
That's horrible. The Germans were like, fuck it, let's just go and kamikaze on these people. And I'm like, that didn't work out so well.
You
Yeah,
stumble,
10,000
half
sucks.
numb, back towards your dugout. All around you, bandaged men are being led to the rear lines to receive medical treatment, while the dead are covered with ground sheets and blankets to be buried later. You can then notice two stretcher bearers carrying away Lieutenant Jervis, who has lost both legs.
Oh,
If he
shit.
survives, he'll eventually be shipped back to Canada. You enter your dugout with no intention other than getting some sleep. Without bothering to take off your boots, you flop onto your sand-covered cot and close your eyes.
That's just horrible.
It's hard for you to believe that in just 2 days you've been repeatedly shelled, subjected to a gas attack,
Oh, right
and
there.
shot at a number of times. By your count, you've come close at least a dozen times to being killed.
That's this picture right here actually represents what would have happened if your final choice had been bad. All the men would have poured into your trenches, and that man right there would have killed you. That man right there in that picture.
But through it all, you've managed to survive. There is no doubt you've been lucky. But how long can your good luck last? It might just be a matter of days before you're ordered to go over the top.
Yeah, how are we still alive? Like, how are we still alive? Like, how does Selena Gomez still have a career? And how are we still alive? No, I'm playing. Yay, we got a certificate. The War of 1914 to 1918. Canadian Forces. Serial number 15 was mentioned in the dispatch form. That's how they spell dispatch. Field Marshal Sir Douglas Haig something, 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 something. Dated 16th March 1919. For gallant and distinguished services in the field. I have it in command form from the King to record His Majesty's high appreciation of the services rendered. So you guys actually did pretty well. You only messed up once in the game. But that's enough of that game. It's already taken up a lot of time. Anyway. Now I'm going to rant some more before... Yeah. Let me rant some more before I start your game, Sparky. So anyway. What do you guys want to talk about? This is a rant stream after all. And then after a rant, I'll go ahead and play the game. How many times did I mess up that I remembered? Okay, I know I messed up. Okay, I'm thinking. I'm going through all the choices in my mind. When I went to fetch the communication wire, you know where you have communication wire and work party, I chose the first one. And there was this part where while you're going there, you get there are shells and explosions and fire all around you, and you instinctively take cover. And then the game gives you three options. You either run back to your dugout, go to the place where you're supposed to get the wire, which is a while away, or and going back to the dugout is actually has a shorter distance, or you just stay where you are. Staying where you are is actually the worst choice. I think I did that the first time and I messed up, so that's one count. But if you do the other two, run back to the dugout or get the wire, it doesn't matter. You won't die. And of course, you still have the wrath thing in either one. But curiously, if you go to the place with the wire and warn everybody about the rat, they'll say, "Oh no, that's actually our mascot." And I'm like, and Dee Dee's like, "These people are crazy." Oh, and if you throw an object at the rat, the person who's running the dugout will be mad at you for almost killing their mascot, and then Dee Dee will be like, so it's a funny outcome. And then they give you the communication wire, and then you go back, and then the story starts over from before. But if you go back to your dugout, Sergeant Wilkes will just say, we didn't get the wire. It's like, just forget about it. Get it tomorrow. So that's one place where I messed up. And then there's a gas attack. I didn't mess that up. And I went back and did the other part where you do the work party. I didn't mess up on the tobacco thing, because that's obviously you don't do that. That's a stupid thing to do. I'm trying to think of other ones I messed up on. I didn't mess up on the wires with the cans. I'm trying to think of ones I messed up on, because there are a few. Of course, I messed up on the last choice where you're supposed to fire the machine gun, but I didn't. I was like, what if I die? Then I just stay where I was. And I'm like, oh shit, that was a bad choice to make. So that's two choices. And then there was another one. Um, right, when you're going back from the trench raid, and then you either run over to GD's hole or stay where you are. I stayed where I was because I thought it would make sense, but that actually kills you, so that's another one. So that's three choices, I think. I can't think of any other ones. Because all the other ones are pretty easy to not screw up on, and some choices again don't matter. So I guess that's a total of three times. Yeah, I only messed up three times. I think I'm trying to go through all the choices in my head. I know I didn't run towards the soldier and get shot when I was going back from the trench raid. I don't remember that. I just jumped into the hole with Sergeant Wilkes. I think I remember that one. But I can't remember. I think that's the only time. I don't think I only did it like three times. I only messed up three times. I can't think of any other choices. But okay. Well, anyway. That was that. Well, let's go ahead. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Okay, I was talking about Ace Attorney and Sonic and. Wait, how many people are watching? Five. Oh, cool. Okay. Real-time turn-based fights. Real-time turn-based fights. Like action RPGs, you mean, or just any fighting game? Speaking of fighting games, I don't really play them all that much. The only fighting game that I've ever played is Smash, and even then, it's not a conventional fighting game. It's a fighting game, but it's different from all the other fighting games. I can recall only playing a few fighting games, and I never played them for very long. Oh, okay, bye, Deku Boy. I recall I only played like I think I recall playing a Mortal Kombat game at my friend's house when I was like about like 10 or 11 or 12 on his GameCube, I think, and that was it. And then I actually also have a Mortal Kombat game for the PS2 right now, but that I took from my cousin's house because they don't have a PS2, they don't play it. Um, and I'm not really fighting games aren't really my thing. They're just not. I've never really been much interested in. I don't really care much about Tekken or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Blaze Blue or any of those stuff. Any of that stuff. I know about them, barely, but I don't play them. The only fighting games I play are Smash Brothers, and I only Melee and if I'm and well, Super Smash Flash 2 is a fan game, so it doesn't count, but I play that one too, which is like it was just essentially a Smash series, but a fan game Smash. So, a Smash game. And I didn't play the original Super Smash Flash because I played it and it was fun. It even had multiplayer. This one has multiplayer too, but that one did, and only two players. It was fun, but it was very, very flawed and buggy. Very flawed and buggy. The physics were all over the place. You did not want to play the first Super Smash Flash. Ooh, you have Super Smash Flash? Ooh, let's play. I want to play Peach. Like, my mains are Peach, Zelda, who's actually good in this game for a change. Peach, Zelda, like, she was top tier, top number one in the last demo. And I was like, and I actually have a combo video of her, of playing her in Super Smash Flash 2, because she is so good in this game. But Peach is like, but in the main games, it's the opposite. Peach is better than Zelda. But anyway, yeah. I only play Melee, and I only I mean, I have played Smash 4, but I would only play at my community college where people would bring it in with and play it. And even then, like I didn't really play with them all that much because they were playing 8-player mode, and I'm like, I don't like 8-player mode. I played it a few times. I'm like, I can't do that shit. Too chaotic. N64 is alright, but I'm not really all that interested in it because it's like Melee, but doesn't have a lot of content, which makes sense because it's the first game. Brawl is fun casually, but competitively, no, don't play it. Now, ooh, APUS history. Now about that, I can recall, like, speaking of U.S. history, um, I recall in middle school where I was in history class, and we were reading about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, sorry, and all that stuff. And the teacher asked us if we were Federalists or Anti-Federalists. Um, she said that two of her classes said Federalists, but the class I was in, we all pretty much agreed with the Anti-Federalist position. So that's just something I remember. Um, and we're not gonna play in that right now, Spark, and not yet, not yet. Maybe later, not now. Like towards the end of the stream. And I would be really rusty, but I can play. And the Constitution. Oh, remind me. Speaking of the Constitution, you guys know about Schoolhouse Rock, right? Where that series that would teach that video series that would teach you about like grammatical concepts like conjunction, junction, what's your function? Oh wait, and stuff like we the people in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down to write a list of principles that's known the world around. The USA was just starting out a whole brand new country. And so our people spelled it out. They wanted land and liberty. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. For the United States of America. Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. He said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and see. Jumped out of bed and I ran outside, feeling so electric, satisfied. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. I'm so busy, got to do. I don't know the lyrics, I'm sorry, I'm just making stuff up. Something about spend the last 2 hours just tying my shoe. Okay. My ears are bleeding. Bitch. 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 Okay. Alright. So, Sparky's fun game. Ouija's favorite. Shit! Newgrounds. Ouija's. Ouija's. Is it Ouija's favorite? I think that's what it is. Oh, Ouija's Revenge. I'm so stupid. Do you remember this? Do you want a Adobe Flash to run on this site? Durr. No, we'll just wait for the game to load. 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 I see no fucking evil. Shit's written on the wall. So many fucking faces. Just gotta waste them all. This shitty evil. This fucking hero. I damn all. I damn. I damn. Now here we go, buddy. Here we go, buddy. Here we go. Here we go, buddy. Here we go. Trying to see through all this bullshit. Do it if you dare. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, bitch. This I swear. I damn, you damn, he damn. See damn Sonic teammates game. It really is a goddamn shame. Start the game and hold on for dear life. And that's not all of it. The hero's a fucking idiot. I damn all of it. Damn all. I'm playing. I'm just singing it really fast now. Oh, are we done? No, we're not. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? The game's Factory 2. Uh-oh. Press enter to start. Oh shit.
The year is 2068. Things have changed.
So you move and then jump. Collect these dishes and numbers and avoid toasters and chicken? What the hell?
You dare bring Ouija to my lair? You must die!
Oh shit, I got hit. Oh fuck. I wasn't ready. Oh, go away, Duck Hunt. From what I've heard, he's actually a good character in Smash 4.
How could this happen? You dare bring Ouija to my lair? You must die! Toast! Toast! Toast!
Oh, I see. This thing homes in on you.
Toast! Toast! Dinner! Toast!
Shit! Ooh!
Toast! Toast!
Shit! Fuck! Bitch! Shut up, you fucking dog!
How could this... You dare bring Ouija to my lair? You must die!
I'm dash dancing now.
Toast! 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 Dinner! Toast! 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 Toast!
Shit! Oh, whoa! Yes! Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Fuck!
You dare bring Ouija to my lair? You must die!
Damn.
Toast! Toast!
Toast. 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 Dinner. Toast. 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 Spaghetti. Toast. Toast.
Luigi.
Hey, what the fuck, 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 what? Shit, oh my fool, ooh. So Sparky, what would happen if I got the last number?
You dare bring Luigi to my lair? You must die!
Toast.
Toast.
Toast. Toast. Toast. Toast.
Dinner.
Toast. 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 Spaghetti. Toast. Toast.
Luigi.
Dinner.
Toast.
Oh, bitch, bitch, bitch.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistake.
I'm gonna see what happens if I don't continue.
Nowhere to run. The night goes on.
Damn. Cool, I'm not last. Or maybe I am. Fuck, I don't know. Okay. You have to get 3 of them to win? Oh, if you get all numbers, Ouija doesn't attack against Mario and gets rid of one of its health units. Nice. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. That was a fun game, though. Let me try it one more time, and then I'll go and play Super Smash Flash 2. Well, let's put this.
You dare bring Luigi to my lair? You must
I'm dash
die!
dancing now, guys. Hey.
Toast. 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 Toast.
Dinner.
Oh, whoa.
Toast. Toast.
No, shit. Oh my fucking god. I usually don't lose at that part. No, that doesn't count. We're gonna do that shit again.
How could this happen to me?
You dare bring Luigi to my lair? You must die!
Toast.
I wonder if there's anything I can rant about while I'm playing this.
Toast.
Well, I played Last Current Pants last time,
Toast.
and we all know how bullshit that game can be.
Toast.
Dinner.
Whoa. Bitch!
Toast. 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 Spaghetti. Toast.
Luigi.
Whoa.
Toast. Toast.
Oh, bitch. 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 I was actually doing well. Oh my god. Okay, one more time and then I'll stop.
How could this happen to me?
Oh, he has different hair every time I play.
Dare bring Luigi to my lair? You must die!
Toast.
I would love to see someone wreck this game. There's always going to be somebody who wrecks these kind of games, and you're like, yes, finally this game gets beaten.
Toast. Toast.
What the hell?
Toast.
You know what? Forget it. Fuck it. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Do I have Super Smash Flash 2? I don't think I do. Dom. Botanesca. This guy had a Ouija. This guy had a Ouija. This guy had a Ouija. Squidward, this guy had a Ouija. I'm sure you guys probably haven't seen that video. Let's get the let's get the most recent version. Talk in Discord, voice chat. Certainly, let's do that. I will need to add your mic as a Hold on. Let me add guest mic. I need to add guest mic. If I don't add guest mic, you're going to fuck everything up. Don't fuck everything up. Oh, wait. I need to do some adjustments. Hold on. What do I have here? Why is it game audio here? Oh, wait, that's not right. Hold on, I need to do. Wait, where's the window audio? I need to change this to speakers. Wait, how's this gonna work? Oh no, it'll just have it. Well, how are we gonna do this? No, there's a way to do this. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Let me go and get Sparky here. Well, let me download the game while we're doing this, and then it'll install. Let me get let me 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 Santa Claus is coming to your mom. He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, he sees you when you're sleepy. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake, bitch. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to your mom. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. Work, 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 work. You see me doing that, da, 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 da. You saw me with the work, 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 work. Before you say da, 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 da. Super Meat Boy. I've heard of that game, but I've never played it. Can we just start to call and see if people can hear me? No. Yeah, we can actually. Santa Claus is coming to Sparky's house. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, why is he muted? Oh, I guess he's still getting his mic ready. Santa Claus is coming. Santa.
Sure.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Hey.
Oh, jeez, my voice. Hi.
Okay, everyone, can you hear Sparky?
I damn, okay, I don't remember the lyrics.
I damn. Actually, I
That's
can
way
just.
too loud. Let me try that now.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let me go through all this crap. Oh, here are the lyrics.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. I say no fucking evil shit's written on the wall. I'm having too much fun with this.
You
Okay,
really
load,
are.
bitch, load. It's all right here at your fingertips.
Hey, one question before we start. Do you remember
Yeah.
your account?
Yes, I do.
Because you kind of needed to connect.
Yeah, I do. If I can just... Where the Oh, right, I forgot. Firefox has this new download menu that I'm not used to. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this file.
Yep, and meanwhile I'll post the password and stuff.
Okay. And guys, I posted the lyrics to I Damn in the chat, so you guys can sing to it whenever you want, or whatever. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Chim is the man, I know. No, I'm playing. Okay. I shall... Yeah, create a desktop shortcut. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Why are you angry, GD? Okay. Glitch well on the force. I'm gonna have a heart attack in a minute. Don't die, GD. You already died once in the game we played.
Jeez.
He got blown up.
He got blown the fuck up.
He's a ghost.
Or is he?
I don't know. Poor guy.
Indeed. Also, I'm keeping my voice low because my mother is sleeping.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yep,
No,
sorry.
no, it's okay. Don't worry. As long as everyone can hear you, which I can't. I can't tell though. Let me see. Okay.
My mother is sleeping.
Oh no, they can hear you just fine. Okay.
Nice.
Time to launch the game. I'm gonna go ahead and switch windows. There. Alright, now everyone can see. Press any key to... Oh shit, that is loud.
It is. Better turn that down.
Yep. Oh, cool, new intro.
Holy shit.
I forgot Isaac's in this game. I never played the Golden Sun series though. Or Chibi Robo. Or a lot of the others. Oh crap, I clicked to the menu. The intro. Shit, I did not. Fuck it. Oh well. Let's go ahead.
Hey, at least Shrek isn't here.
He is?
No!
Oh. I was about to say. Let me check the
But Goku is.
So attack is this, special is this, grab is this, taunt is this. Actually, no. This is jump. This is grab. Oh, what is I? Oh, shield is I.
I just hope the game doesn't need or anything.
No tab jump. Are you telling me? Damn.
I damn.
I damn. Okay, green. No, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me see if I can log in.
Yep. But don't share your password.
That has to be it. Come on, please. Please, let that be it. Please. I know my password. I know, because I don't use very many passwords. This has to be it. I don't even think I have it saved.
Rest.
Shit. Okay. Okay, God, why can't I remember? I know it's, I'm close to it, I just can't remember the exact one.
Rest in peace.
Fuck. Damn. Not the time to be losing this. Why is this taking so long to connect?
I don't know. It's just fine.
Fucking hell. Okay. You know what? Login attempt. Bitch. Oh, okay. Let me click this one. Can we log in?
You're gonna have to get your password recovered.
Shit. This website's onto it too. Okay, well, I forgot my password. Okay, let me do it. I'll just shut out my
Well, it happens, I guess. Oh, no. Play the thing full screen. Whoops.
try it again.
Yay.
Bitch. I still have to wait 15 minutes. I don't believe this. Okay, you know what? I could just practice on. So stupid. Oh, let me try here, actually. Maybe my... Let me just close out the game just in case. Okay. Let's try this again.
Did you actually have the password now?
Yes. But I can't log in yet. Because I logged in too many times. Crap. Damn, I should have just done the password recovery.
Rest in peace.
No items.
Wait, you're playing alone?
Yeah, until this thing resets.
How long do you have to wait?
15 minutes. Hopefully less.
Oh, shit.
I know, it's stupid. God, why did I have to brute force it?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Okay, she feels better. It was a bit clunky last time.
Guess I'll mess around on the online, I guess, while you wait.
Why can't you grab the legs back? Oh. Yeah, she still has a good recovery. I prefer playing with Zelda though. I can just kick really good ass with her. Can I hit?
No contest.
Oh, that's what the
She's hot. Joke, coach. No, it's not.
Right, you can't suck.
3, 2,
I won't accept that.
Go!
Well, what kind of suck?
Damn, her down tilt has a spike hitbox too? Well, I mean, a sweet spot. I mean, it spikes, but it has a sweet spot this time. Damn! Just like her kicks. She kicks ass. Ooh, her kicks are... Because her kicks are OP last time. They nerfed some of them, but they're still pretty.
But Tails is still the best character in the game. Yes, he's S tier.
Oh yeah, he was a good... I just don't play him, that's why I don't know. But yeah, I've heard that he's good. There we go. I'm getting some Zelda combos in. That's how it's Dang, that down tilt. It's way too good. Boom! Oh, dang, it's way too good! Dodge. Why can't I dodge? Okay, now I do.
Somebody's asking you to bring you the speed on the roof, I guess.
Oh. Oh, Lights Current Pants 4? Well, I finally made it past Jellyfish Switch, that stupid bullshit audition with the stupid hitboxes, and I managed to finish the rest of the game. And I didn't struggle after that, except with Tethered and Weather, which is also a stupid audition, so, yeah. I did it. I finished Gold Story Mode. I'm never doing that game again, though. Fuck that. The game sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but there's just some really annoying parts to it.
Everything dance.
Game.
Oh, I like the way they do
This
game
game's
now.
winner is Zelda.
Think you can actually put the password now?
Okay, let's see. Make sure I type it here. Why can't I just do it?
Choose your character. Zelda. 3, 2, 1, go!
Hey, that combo.
Nice.
No contest.
My graphical settings are. Oh, that's max. I don't want to do that.
Do minimum.
Yeah.
Sure, it gets rid of the backgrounds, but it's still worth it over the FPS.
Choose your character. Zelda. 3, 2, 1, go!
Who? I'll get it and watch. Cause it's still good.
Damn! Oh, damn! I just killed myself by accident.
Can we do like that joke with the 2000 years later thing? Can we do the 2,000 years later joke?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. How do I do that voice? Let's see. 2,000 years later. Wait, she can?
Yeah.
It's not Smash 4.
This game's winner is...
I damn.
Okay. I'm afraid to try it, but why not? Let's see.
I'm still waiting in the room.
Come on, game.
Choose your character.
Really, yeah. More stupid than 06.
Pretty much.
Three, two, one, go!
That's kicking my ass. Shit! I was not expecting it to fly right into me. Hey!
Sorry.
Hey, that combo! Hey!
Nice.
Hey, there we go. I'm getting my mojo back.
Hey Jim, wanna hear something funny?
Sonic on the
No.
What?
Eu falo português.
Não. Ele fala português? Não?
Yes. Totally.
I can play a Sonic. I don't know how to play it.
Too fast.
Slow, come on, step it up! Stop hitting me with your head, Ned. I was about to say, I better not fall down.
Sure, I'll play Sonic when he manages to connect. GD's asking if you have $30. Well? Champ.
Yeah?
Did you hear my question?
Sorry. Oh, yeah. I don't have $30. Why?
This game's winner is Zilla.
Bitch, I don't have $30. Why are you asking me? What I do? Anyway. See if I can log in now.
Hopefully.
Bitch!
You can't?
Choose your character.
Does 15 minutes really take that long to pass?
Choose your character.
Oh. Okay, well.
Sonic.
No. I hope it doesn't reset itself every time I try.
So let's start a countdown from now on.
Go.
Okay.
So when it hits 55, you should be able to join.
I don't know how to play it, so but I'm learn.
Spin dash.
He used to play a bit more fluidly than he did last time. Oh. Hey, you know what? I'm second thought. I just didn't work.
No contest.
Let me go ahead and go solo practice.
Training mode.
Alright, we'll casually wait 15 minutes and not try to reconnect. Because it seems to be restarting itself every time you connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the split kick. Okay. Down smash, up smash, of course, I think. sword play so much better. So where are his grabs?
They're good, I guess.
Sword one, his up one is nice. What's that one? Oh.
You're too slow. Come on, step it up. You're too slow.
Taunts are still the same as ever.
I love how people can just bounce on his brain.
Yeah.
Rippling.
I knew it. Gotta need a smash. Hard to get the time it though.
Yeah.
Damn, but it hits when it's...
It hits hard.
Yeah. Place it right. Damn, okay. Try this again. Nope, too late. There we go. Alright, well. No smash balls?
Nope. They removed it.
I figured it was useless anyway, but...
No supersonic.
Aww. Who's Zero Suit Samus? I love this bitch. Let's play her.
Zero Suit Samus.
On my main team. Not a bad thing, but it's just something I've noticed.
Play as Goku.
Zero Suit Samus, Zelda. Way too good.
Orange.
Come on, dude. Wow.
That combo though.
Yeah. Man.
Don't you dare do on me. Head off.
Flip jump. I love the flip jump. Damn. Come on, I can get it. I can get it.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Damn.
Double kill.
Wait, no, that's not right. Damn. Come on, get it.
Link really doesn't want to die.
Yeah, oh.
There we go. Please
Damn.
don't do that when we play online.
Okay. It's just that he's not DIing, like he's not trying to move. I think he could do better.
Try it out with him moving.
Yeah. Gotta get the flip jump. I want the flip jump. I need the flip jump. It's... Damn. Oh, bitch. Damn. No. Maybe. No, just kill him.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Okay, let's... Shit, that would have been lit!
On the lid. Hey, a lot of minutes passed. Do you think it's worth trying again, or do you want to still wait up to it home?
Oh shit! That's what I get. At least he doesn't die automatically in Brawl. In Brawl, she had a down arrow that would kill her if she did on stage. Bitch, grab Link!
He dodged. He has the lucky badge in his side.
He does. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna pay for that.
Oh.
Alright.
10 minutes passed. Only 5 remain.
Yep.
And that's how we barely have anything. It's kind of sad how we really don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. shit. Whoa. Oh, why didn't I hold on to the edge? Oh well. You can't come back from that.
The edge.
The edge. Ow, the edge!
Where's that damn 4K
Shadow, damn you, it's been 50 years. Justice will finally be served. Oh, fuck. Oh well. Oh, damn, what the? Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Wait, are you playing this with an actual controller or the keyboard?
Keyboard.
How are you doing this good?
I don't know. How do you miss that down there, Link?
You just missed. You missed the game.
Oh, wait, oh, crap. Okay. Alright, well, time to bring out my next character. Where is Zelda? Oh, no. Oh, this is oh, damn.
Okay, the time is up. Just finish that match and then we will play.
Okay.
And hopefully, this time will work.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, we're ending this stream right here.
Yeah, might as well. Bears, stay still!
Whoopsie.
Oh, ha, he fell. Alright, let's go ahead.
He
and try
fell for it!
Yep.
God damn it, I opened Skype on accident. I need to close it. Did you manage to connect?
Okay, I'm trying it right now. Finally! Bitch.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Filter. Oh, is it friends only? Oh, wait,
No.
No,
You just gotta look at my channel.
oh, it's right over here. Okay. Join this room. Password.
Yes.
I almost got off of it. Yeah, you guys
Oh,
wanna play
boy.
us? Let me watch us play. I was gonna say play us watch.
Play a lot.
Yep.
I have no idea what stage I book, but are you ready?
Yep.
It should be starting soon.
Right there.
3.
Alright, let's test.
1. Go.
Looks good. Oh. Oh Jesus. Come here. Give me your power. What is that?
Native love. It reflects projectiles and provides.
That's not what native loves. It's blue.
It's purple for some reason. I mean, it works, but the inputs feel a bit delayed.
Yeah, that's because I put the input delay on normal.
Oh. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Rip. Come here.
I should have expected that. Okay. Let's try this again, but with a different character.
This game's winner is Kirby.
And this time I will not pick Kirby.
Let's go.
This one looks good.
No, okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know how to play Mega Man.
No.
No. Ooh.
Damn.
Charge your butt. If you want, I can recreate the room and put less input lag.
Yeah.
We have to cure ourselves.
Bye. Kill yourself.
Why?
No!
But I still technically won.
Yep.
This game
I have to make close this.
is Mega Man.
Okay,
You just leave.
okay.
It's gonna have the same name and same password. Okay, try refreshing. I'm gonna play with this guy.
Zilla.
Oh, GD, you're leaving?
Oh, we'll see you later.
Alright, I gotta click start. Whoops.
Oh god.
It's lagging a bit now.
2, 1.
Okay.
Go!
We'll just charge this real quick.
Fine.
No, I missed. Oh shit. I just went into Pyro mode.
Yep. Look at your damage climb.
Still ahead.
Okay, come on, CSS.
I'm gonna charge this thing all the way.
Couldn't have jumped out the way in time.
I think I should have put the latency in low.
Yeah.
Just scare ourselves.
Yeah.
This is our life now. Okay, let's recreate the room again.
This game's winner is...
Latency low, and put the light low. Okay, try and join now. I'm gonna go with the best character in Brawl.
Oh god.
Which is crap in this game.
Oh.
Yeah. If the stage would pick. Stage, please. Wait, what? Wait, I glitched the game somehow. Close the game and reopen it, please. Okay, if I fucked up.
It's okay.
Did everybody just leave?
I'm guessing so. There wasn't much ranting anyway.
It really was crap.
Oh well, I just thought it would be a good idea. It's fine.
Well, at least you had fun doing that thing.
True.
Okay, join. Let's see.
3.
Oh, this looks much better.
Yep.
2, 1, go!
Oh god.
hoping for something after that.
Oh god. Rip. Hey, you can't be doing that. You're dead to me. I tried. I want to get this kill. I will get it. Someday.
Hit the screen.
Fight me.
Fight me.
Damn.
He did say to fight you, so. Oh fuck. Oh, that didn't work. What? Bullshit.
That's it, damn.
No, I can't lose this Meta Knight. This is bad. Aw. You bitch. Oh, am I dead? Until my bitches. Really? Okay, now you're dead. That attack is stupid!
Yep.
Zelda's busted.
This
Really?
game's winner is Zelda.
Let's see. This guy's good.
Go! 3, 2, 1, go! Show me a move!
Aww. How dare you not let me do my fucking thing? There we go.
Oh, how did that happen?
Oh no. Fine. Ow. Really? Real life bitches. No, I missed. Fuck. Oh, you can make bomb arrows? Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. It doesn't matter since you're dead. Never mind, you're not dead. I don't know how to play this game and you do. Son of a bitch. What the heck is that first? Please, thank you.
Show me your moves. Come on.
Okay. Whoa.
Fire, or I dare you to fire that. Son of a bitch. No! You're enjoying this way too much, aren't you?
Sorry.
What? No! I have no words.
This game's winner is...
You want to do another one?
Why not? Just one more.
We both play as Link.
Oh, crap, I picked Mark.
Oh. Alright then. Let's go on another stage, let's see.
Yeah.
Looking at the stages. Sky Sanctuary? Ooh. What the fuck are you doing, Nate?
I'm sorry, I thought I was late.
It's okay, I killed myself too. Please don't break my shield that attack. Oh my god. Nice. Aww. You're destroying me! Did you just counter my boomerang? Counter this bitch.
Ah, if only I were faster.
Oof. Ow. It's myself.
Okay, that was smart. Damn.
His discovery's too good. Go on, Monroe.
What the heck?
The comeback. Ah! I'm dead. Never mind.
No!
Ooh. Nice. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Alright.
This game's winner is Link.
Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. And I was not expecting to guess, but it worked, so.
Sorry.
No,
Yes.
that's good. But yeah, no one's watching now, so.
I guess that kills my urge to talk to you.
Oh. Alright, well.
I am lonely. Kidding.
Oh, well, there's DBZ. Hi.
Yeah, there is it. Hi. Kind of late.
Yeah, because we're already. Oh, you're camping. Oh.
Wait, how are you here then you're for camping? Oh wait, you probably have a phone, don't you?
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're having fun camping. Oh shit.
Yeah, make sure you shit a lot.
Yep. Yep. And
But don't let anyone see you.
and remember to cover yourself in crap to hide the. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
You cover yourself in mud to hide the scent, from what I've heard. But I think I don't know.
Stuff happened. Basically, the stream is ending.
Yeah, the stream's ending, so. See you later, DBZ. This was fun.
Really was.
Alright, well,
But
thank
we
you
gotta
all.
do one last thing.
What?
I damn. Alright, see ya.
I'd love to sing it, but my mom's right there. So.
Same.
Alright, well, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Chi-Man. This is my bestie, Sparky.
Oh. Ooh.
And we will see you guys later. Tomorrow I plan.
See ya.
Yeah, tomorrow I plan to do the movie game. That should not be as painful as Lights Camera Pants. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye bye.